This one time for the phone line. Whole time wondering what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Oh, baby. Welcome on in, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. You did it, everybody. You did it. Marcos, you did it.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We made it.
We did it.
It is a Miami Dolphins
Ooh.
mother bleeping game week.
That's right.
NFL football is back in our lives.
It's the best, dude.
This coming week. Couple days away. Thursday Night Football. We got Man Camel versus Mahomes.
Ooh.
Maybe the weirdest voice versus the weirdest coach.
Wow.
I don't
Second
know.
weirdest.
Well,
that
second
Cardinals
weirdest coach.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe third weirdest because, we got our coach.
Oh, yeah, he is pretty weird.
Which, by the way, I think my favorite part of yesterday was him being asked about, hey, Mike, what did you think about the Chargers making a cartoon of you vaping? It's like, what?
I love it.
You gotta cover all angles. That's just journalism. That's just
there.
journalism.
Pretty good.
That's just journalism. But we made it, everybody. And the Dolphins will be playing this coming Sunday against the rat bastard LA Chargers. So looking forward to that. We have a lot to recap from a long holiday weekend. Did you have a nice holiday weekend, Marcos?
I did indeed. I used to spend my Labor Days drinking and partying.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I had a 2 p.m. lunch date and a stroll around the mall.
Oh, lovely. Which
Yeah.
mall?
Pembroke Lakes Mall, which, my fiance starting her new job, needed business attire. Had one of those moments where it was like, all right, cool. We can try on clothes. And then you know what happened?
Baby throws up.
Fire alarm.
Oh.
Everyone get out. What the hell, dude?
Was it a prank or was it a drill?
It was someone was definitely doing maintenance, because once we were kicked out of H&M, we got to the door of the exit and then they're like, okay, everything's good.
Remember when that happened to us? Were you here? I don't remember if you were on leave or not, but do you remember when the fire alarm went off here and Galen was really concerned there was a fire?
Yeah, he went to go check.
He's like, I think you guys need to be off the air. I'm like, are you sure there's a fire?
Really not sure.
Look, it's a gamble because if there is a fire, it would be pretty silly for us to stand around here for rats off a ship. That being said, if there's not a fire, I don't want to miss the entertainment on people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have to have results there.
Yep.
As far as that's concerned. But yeah, man, it was all right. So it was a productive Labor Day for you.
Yeah, it was good. What about you?
It was good. It was good. Went to the Canes game. That was how things kicked off.
First, you have to go to every game now.
Why?
Good luck. That was
just the mojo.
Just the way that I saw them play. I was like,
they played with a little gusto, right?
Something going on.
Going on. They can run the ball.
Yeah, they were
in the trenches.
Wow.
I think that's what Mario Cristobal wanted this whole time.
Absolutely.
Go in there, win in the trenches, and that's what they did. It wasn't like it was just a TCB game. I think that's what they started off fast. I was like, oh. I thought that every time they touched the football, it was going to be a touchdown. I thought Brett Gabbert was in trouble, dude.
Yeah.
Which, what a loser that kid comes off as. Oh, you know where the real Miami is. No, actually, we don't, Brett. I don't even know if you're the real Gabbert.
Oh, wow.
And that's saying something considering your brother, how terrible he was.
Yeah.
So they put it on him. But it was kind of like one of those, it was a first half where they settled for a lot of field goals after getting off to the really hot start. And then they really tightened up after halftime and then just ran it down their throats. And just you know what, Red Hawks, change your city's name and your universities.
Please.
You're embarrassed. At least change the spelling of it.
Something.
You're embarrassing us with your parentheses.
Put a Y there.
Yeah, dude. It's enough of them already. It's really enough of them. I'm tired of them. All the time we have to deal with having to clarify what their school is from. Just change their name.
Yep.
It's enough. We call it Red Hawks University.
I'll take it.
You're the only ones. Congratulations. You have your own thing.
Yep.
But yeah, it was one of those games where we've become so used to it. Feels like, all right, Canes are monster favorites at home. It usually doesn't go too well.
Yep.
And it was just as TCB could get. I was just surprisingly pleased with what a business performance it was for the Hurricanes to head on into this week against Texas A&M and what feels like is going to be a real trenches battle. Two physical teams, passing game, maybe leave something to be desired, but they can run the hell out of that football.
Absolutely.
Both teams can run the hell out of that football. Tyler Van Dyke, was it super impressive. But you mind, like, if you put a couple factors in, one, there were like torrential downpours, like on and off,
God.
which was very nice to see from the comfort of a box.
Oh,
I was just watching. I was like,
saw
oh,
that.
look at that monsoon. That seems to be a shame. Look at
Oh,
all
man.
you peasants with your ponchos.
The little Tobins will never.
They don't understand.
Yeah.
They don't get it. They're like, what is this?
How many Marlins games did you spend in pro play? Or
Oh,
dealing with it?
dude. So many rain delays.
Mm.
It was almost like a badge of honor back in the day when you would sit through a rain delay
Yep.
at Pro Player Stadium. That was something that meant something.
Yep.
These days, you got the roof, you got luxury boxes,
Mhm.
you have all that.
Oh, we didn't take
today.
almost.
Wow.
Got to take
Making
bets.
progress.
Pretty good.
We're making progress, Jennifer.
Pretty solid.
There she is. She's in a lot sooner than she was the last time by a minute.
She beat Leroy.
She did beat Leroy. Well, yeah, Leroy's not going to be on today unless like he's got some stuff to deal with. Maybe he'll be on later on in the show. However, side note, we do have Ricky Williams joining the show because we have to have some running back on the show today.
Yeah.
Although I will tell you, so yesterday, I give you some headlines here brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Although this is just a headline of life.
Okay.
So yesterday we were at the Jason Taylor Foundation's back to school event.
Nice.
So every kid gets like a celebrity. One kid got stuck with me.
Oh, okay.
Which is like, because dude, it was
okay.
I was like hobnobbing with Leroy, but Leroy's a hobnobber, so he was at the front of the line, and up at the front of the line is like Jalen Phillips, Raheem Mostert, OJ McDuffie,
Gotcha.
Leroy Horde, people with credentials, and then there was me. And the thing
Solid.
that was the most demeaning about it was the lady who was emceeing the event was like, and here's OJ McDuffie, a man who needs no introduction.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was Leroy. He goes, Leroy Horde. Although they did say he's still on $7.90 the ticket, which is, I guess, outdated from other years. I don't know. But, and then they go, and then kid gets paired. And the kid, like, comes behind the screen. So he gets to, like, learn who his celebrity is. And they're just like, Brandon Tobin?
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Don't say it like that.
Come on.
At least lie.
Anyway, so the kid,
Yikes.
could have gotten Raheem Mostert. He could have gotten
Mm.
Jalen Phillips. He got stuck with me.
Nice.
Now, that being said, very efficient shoppers. I mean, we got it done. Because you don't want to shallop with Jalen Phillips. It's a giant.
Yeah.
It's so
That
hard
makes
for him to
sense.
get through the aisles.
It's a giant.
Like, I just see Jalen Phillips go through life and just like, man, if he's not getting around tackles, it seems really inconvenient.
Yeah, makes sense.
Just seems like he's got to get through life. But you know what? I think that Leroy Horde owes me something.
Wow.
I think he owes me something.
And what's that?
I think he owes silence
Okay.
once we get to Heat Media Day.
Wow.
Because you want to know who he was hobnobbing the most with?
Hmm.
Raheem Mostert. A guy that he said ran soft all year last year
Yep.
up until like week 10.
Yep.
And I didn't say a peep to Raheem Mostert. Kept my mouth shut, unless he's listening right now. Kept my mouth shut the entire time while he's sitting there and he's going back and forth with Raheem. Look at it, two running backs, hobnobbing with each other, getting along. And I didn't say a peep the entire time. I could have been like, he said you ran soft the entire year last year, Raheem.
That's true.
But I did it. I
Wow.
did it.
Really mature of you, I must say.
Really mature of me.
You really should have.
I should have, but I
Because
didn't.
he will probably get you.
Well, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
JFig. I think I'm owed his silence now. I think as boys,
And
that's
it's
it's just, but it's bro code. Like if I didn't say anything about the way Raheem Mostert ran,
Yep.
Which I'm a Raheem Mostert fan. Leroy wasn't, and he's sitting there and he's broing it up with Hoster with the Mostert, and I didn't say anything about his critiques. I don't feel like I should be exposed once Heat Media Day comes around to any Heat players about trade talks.
That's a good point.
That's just the way I feel. That's just the way I feel. I think what's fair is fair. And if he is a true friend, you do what true friends do, which is you keep the slander of people you say about other people to yourselves amongst friends.
Is that?
And of course, our audience.
The thing is he's gonna tell you that you owe him from last year.
I don't owe him from last year, though, because we're now the way I see it, JFig, is we're square because
that's the way you see it.
no, that's the way I
not
see, but that is the way I see
sees
it. I could have exposed him where he's all chummy with Raheem Mostert, and I didn't say anything. And ergo, I don't think he should say anything about any trade talks that I may have had about Tyler Hero or Lil Sweetener or anybody. That's just the way I see it.
Does that mean I owe you something?
Oh,
Well, I mean, like, I don't know. Have you who? I mean, the only people you've slandered are who?
birds.
I said slander, not slain.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Thought you said slaughter.
I mean,
Just saying. I just think that's the way it goes. Anyway, that was our event, but it was a great event. Shout out to Seth Levitt and the boys.
Nice.
They put on. They do great charity work. The whole JT Foundation. They do great work.
Yeah.
Even though that kid was probably really disappointed that I was his celebrity.
wouldn't it have been kind of sad if that kid started crying?
Nah, he wasn't gonna cry. It wasn't like he was in 8th grade. I mean, if he would have cried, I would have been like, grow up, Peter Pan.
Okay.
But he wasn't of crying age, JFig.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm I got the calculator out there, beep, beep, beep. We were working some deals, we were beep, 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 we were going. We stocked that shopping bag. We stocked it. Dude.
What's the point of this whole thing? Like you have like a certain number.
Yeah, you get a certain amount of dollars.
Oh, nice.
Do
they give you extra just because it's like, I'm sorry, you got Tobin, here's a couple extra dollars?
No.
Okay.
No, you get the same amount of dollars whether it's me or Jeff Conine.
Oh no.
That's the same amount, dude.
Doesn't seem fair.
Same amount. Did have one guy come up. He wasn't a kid, but he's like, I love the show.
Oh, yeah.
The show would have gotten you as a shopping player.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
But
well, way to give back to the community, man. You did your part. And
I feel like I did my part,
You
even though that
upheld
kid wanted no part of me doing my part.
that's fair.
Either way, he still got back to school clothes.
Yep.
So that's how it goes.
And you followed bro code.
I did. And you know what? When Leroy gets back, I am going to he's gonna owe me. Take a quick break. Lots to get into from the weekend. We're back with more after this.
Coming you between the hash marks. Orange jerseys, white pants. Van Dyke takes the snap, hands it off. Fletcher's got a hole. He's at the 20. Here we go. 10, 5, Fletcher, end zone, touchdown. Touchdown, Miami. 26 yards. Fletcher has his first touchdown as a Miami Hurricane. He goes blasting into the end zone. Canes moving right to left toward the east end zone. Ray Joseph, a slot to the left side. Frank Latson in the game, wide left. Tyler Harrell, short side right. Emery Williams will hand it to John Chaney. Starts left, cuts back to the right side. He's got the 10-yard line. He's got the 5, and Chaney barrels into the end zone for a 20-yard touchdown. What a run by Don Chaney. A first and a second and a third effort, and Chaney into the end zone for a touchdown. 37-3 Miami. Second down and 9 from the Miami of Ohio 44-yard line. Two receivers to the left side, short side of the field. Van Dyke is the quarterback. It's a 4-man front for Miami of Ohio. Jacoby George split out wide to the right side. Parrish in the backfield. Van Dyke's first pass, bubble screen. Colby Young's got it at the 40. He's at the 35, and look out. He's at the 20. Here we go. 15, 10, 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Colby Young. It goes 44 yards for the first score of the season.
Oh, that started off the party.
Yeah.
TBD to Colby Young. I thought it was going to be 70-0 after that. I really did. Not that it wasn't an ass kicking in its own right, but when that happened, I tried to explain to because it was my son's first Canes game, my daughter's too, but it was it was fun because we were sitting in the QM box. So it was me, little Tommy, and then Hocus was sitting next to us, Mark Hockman. Okay. You can hear every weekday 2 to 6 right here on WQAM. But I was trying to explain to him, like, listen, they got the ball, they're gonna try and score a touchdown, and then Colby Young just takes his ass. I'm like, it's not always going to be like this. Like, you don't get touchdowns all the time.
Yeah.
Because he was just thinking to himself. And the kid, like, my son is of age right now where, like, he likes the sports, but he loves the mascots. Oh. And so, like, he's basically the entire time, he's like, football's important, but I'm scouting where Sebastian is at all times. And where he was just swaggering because the Red Hawks are stupid.
He was decked out.
He was. He got his Canes shirt, his Sebastian shirt, and then that I told you it was the swaggiest Canes hat you've ever seen in your life.
I loved it. He looked great.
He was put together. He was the whole Tobin family was decked out in Canes gear, and it was fun to get the season kicked off the way that it is. Mario Cristobal, look, such a disaster last year with the team, and it seemed like there was a lot of guys that Cristobal had to get out and bring in his guys that seem a little bit more dedicated and of his system. I know he's got that hard-nosed style. This is what they want. They want to be able to push teams around and bully them, and that's what they're going to need, especially coming up next week. You're going to need to see a Canes team that can be physically imposing. You can't just have these teams, run it down your throat and control the game and open things up, and that'll make life a lot easier for TVD. A lot easier.
I was glad to not see like a Bethune-Cookman 70-point shutout, though, because I feel more.
You liked a little bit of pushback, like they were able to clean some things up, and then just really just.
Yeah, it wasn't luck. It wasn't like we just dominated them. It was we had a game plan. We wanted to be more physical. We wanted to establish the run game, and we did. So. I'll take that over like a blowout of a garbage team. Anything.
I mean, it was a blowout of a garbage team.
Yeah, I mean,
I think you're kind of like, but
are they as bad as Bethune-Cookman?
Listen, they had games where we thought they were going to blow out teams last year, and they ended up getting blown out. Yeah. So I'm not taking any Canes loss for any Canes win for granted. I need to see performances week in and week out, and it was great to see. It was just like, hey, that's a normal performance. Stunt Steve saying that TVD is on notice. I mean, it was a monsoon, Stunt Steve. I mean, it was raining really hard. I mean, I know it wasn't like you look at the box score, you're like, not the greatest performance, but it wasn't. I mean, the one pick was really bad. Was bad. But they did their job. They did their job. You know who didn't do their job yesterday?
Oh,
Clemson. I've never rooted for Duke in my life.
That's true.
Ever. But, man, will I root against Dabo. That's kind of how I go about college sports, especially college football, it's usually root against your rivals, but if your rivals are going to win, do it against a coach I really, really hate. And I would say the power rankings of that, number 1's Nick Saban. Number 2 is Dabo because he's full of crap.
Yep.
Number 3 is Urban Meyer, but he's not coaching right now. He's still hobnobbing.
Still number 3, though.
Still number 3.
I like it.
Oh, of course. You're gonna have to do a lot to dethrone Herb.
Yep.
And then Brian Kelly with his fake Southern accent.
Gotta be number 4.
Oh my God. And so it was a good weekend for me.
Yep.
It was a good weekend for me because Dabo yesterday, he got the snot kicked out of him by Duke yesterday in a game where they had like a gazillion yards, but for whatever reason couldn't score any points. They were turning the ball over willy-nilly, and then Duke was just like pounding it on him, just throwing. Did you have Dabo from last night?
Yeah.
Because this guy, I mean, just such a blowhard when he doesn't have Trevor Lawrence or Deshaun Watson. And didn't DJ Uga Ungale, didn't he win this weekend? He's no longer with that program.
Yep.
They were like, oh, that guy hit the, so he ran him off. One guy won, the other guy, and here's Dabo.
And an incredibly disappointing loss. That's honestly all my years of football. I've never been a part of a game like that, ever. And been here at Clemson a long time. Since I've been the head coach, we were 58-0 when we rushed for 200 and passed for 200. It's usually a pretty good indicator. And I think in Clemson history, we were 108-0. Never lost, ever. But you got to finish. You got to finish.
Yeah, I would say so, Dabs. You got to finish. Somebody, I got to say, the big man upstairs might be revoking some NIL.
In God's name, image, and likeness.
Yeah, well, listen, he might want a refund.
Good, dude. That's good.
Yeah.
ACC wide open, though. Heard it here first.
Listen, well, I don't know. Florida State looks really good. They do look really good. God. I mean, they really handed it to, again, another enemy I hate in Brian Kelly. I hate that guy.
Yeah.
And he's another one who's just like, when he loses,
yeah.
First of all, he's a top loser because he always throws his team under the bus, never takes any accountability. And when I just see his dumb face with his fake voice just getting throttled, even if it is FSU, you know what? I can take, because you know what? It's a couple things that are good about it. Like, it'll set up the FSU game. The Canes are either going to, if the Canes are going to do this, them winning against LSU, it's better if they beat LSU because it makes the win look that much sweeter if the Canes are able to beat them later on in the season. So good. I like the fact that he's going out there against LSU and they're getting themselves a good performance. Now, they got to have a talk with Clemson because let's not forget, Clemson was out here last week being like, oh, we don't want new teams in the ACC. We're too good. You're out here losing to Duke. Okay? And not saying the Canes haven't been there. They've had some stinkers. I mean, remember we had to talk about the old walk from the locker room back in the day from Randy Shannon at Duke. But don't be the team that's like shunning other teams from your conference and you go and you poop the bed to Duke in week 1. When Duke hasn't been the top 10 teams since the 80s.
Wow. Is that a real stat? It's like 40 years.
Yeah. No, it's I mean, unless the Sports Center's lying.
Can't trust it. We never know.
Dabo. We name this in God's name, image, and likeness.
We built this program on NIL. We really did. It's probably different than what you're thinking, though. We built this program in God's name, image, and likeness.
Who do you think Trevor Lawrence thinks is a bigger blowhard, Dabo or Urban? Because he had both of them. I mean, that really just had to be. I mean, to have two coaches with egos that big has got to be something.
Does that make you feel for Trevor Lawrence? Because I feel like a situation like this, you would normally feel for the quarterback. You don't seem very sorry for him.
He's got everything going for him. Did you see that hair?
All right.
Throws a perfect spiral, has that hair. No, I don't feel good. I don't feel any pity for him. I don't feel any pity for Justin Herbert either.
Okay.
Why would I?
No, just wanted to know.
I really like character-wise. He seems like a very nice, genuine person, but I don't, no.
Gotcha. All right.
No.
I mean, Dabo and Urban, dude. He had to deal with both.
I understand, but it's something. Did you see, by the way, Stephen A. Smith today is wearing a name tag on his show?
Oh, okay.
No, he's not.
Okay.
Yesterday was the first version of First Take with Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe, and Shannon Sharpe would not stop calling him Skip yesterday, just as like a crutch.
Yeah.
It's like a verbal tick.
Skip.
And he would not stop doing it. And so Stephen A. Smith today is wearing a name tag that just says, "Hi, my name is Stephen A."
I like
is
that.
amazing. That is amazing. I saw a conversation of them in which I think Shannon must have offered for Stephen A. to meet him in the gym. And I think he said it's like if Snoop Dogg stood next to The Rock.
Oh, man. Well, listen, Shannon Sharpe's in very good shape.
Yeah, he is. Surprisingly good shape. Makes me wonder, like, why do you? I mean, I get it. It's a part of the persona, part of what he's used to. But I'm like, what are you training for, sir? What are you getting ready for, dude?
Do you think that Dabo afterwards is like, I don't know what happened, big fella? It was Duke's time, Dabo. Pretty crazy.
Using his name in vain.
Listen, I don't know what's going on there with him, but watching that yesterday was like, and then by the way, this Deion Sanders, this is gonna be a show, dude. This is gonna be a show with Colorado. Wow.
He was hosing down people in the post game.
He should,
everything.
as he should.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, what were they, 20-point underdogs against TCU?
Yep.
Oh, I mean, it was just what a delight that was with his son throw for 500. They got Travis Hunter's playing on both sides. Come on, dude.
Wow.
This is going to be that. It was a really fun weekend of college football. But the most important thing that we all have to remember out of this is that Blaine Gabbert's little brother is a bozo and should never speak ever again.
Is that it?
Yes, that is the number. If we come out, it's not Dabo losing. It's not the Knowles maybe looking unstoppable. And it's not Deion Sanders maybe being the greatest coach of all time. It's that Blaine Gabbert's little brother needs to shut the hell up.
Okay.
Back after this.
You're listening
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Hey, Leroy is giving away his Marlins tickets when the Mets are at Lone Depot Park on Tuesday, September 19th. If you guys want to win, keep on listening. We got 2 pairs of tickets to give away today. 2 pairs of tickets to give away because we were not here yesterday for Labor Day. So we will give away 2 pairs of tickets today. And you guys can go see the Marlins. The Marlins kind of back in it. 4-game sweep this weekend over the Nationals. Back in the hunt.
So look now.
Wild card is back alive. They smoked the Nationals. Getting back to their ways against the Nationals. I really thought that after they lost that series, the Nationals were like, well, they're not going to. And I know the Nationals have been playing better. But like when the Marlins, who have owned the Nationals over the last couple of years, when they lost that series to the Nationals, I'm like, I think this thing's over. I think this thing is.
Well, you were rats off a ship.
I was rats off a ship. I was rats off a ship.
Have the facts changed?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Hard to say.
It's hard to say, JFig. It's a big series coming up against the Dodgers, and
I'll
we
be
will.
a liar. Remember?
We will.
Aggressive
liar.
I'll be a liar.
I just didn't believe that.
I'm gonna go with JFig on this one. I'm gonna let her take lead.
Liar.
Okay.
You don't believe that?
Jeez. I did believe it. Thank you, JFig, for showing me the way. Marlins back in it.
They are back in it. They take on the Dodgers tonight. Clayton Kershaw's on the hill.
Nah, overrated. Never even heard of him.
Jesus Luzardo has been good lately. So,
yeah.
Let's see if they could keep it rolling. They need to. So if you guys want to see the Marlins play the Mets, keep on listening. We will give you a chance to win 2 pairs of tickets. In fact, I'll give one away before the end of this hour.
Ooh.
We'll give away 1 pair of tickets to see the Marlins take on the Mets. But yes, they have been playing much better, much needed, and took care of the Nats this weekend. And so I believe they find themselves right now a tie for that last wild card spot, which is going to be a dogfight. It's kind of been a rock fight, but they've found themselves now. They're back 3 games over, so they've given themselves a little bit of a cushion after just plummeting all the way under from a time when they were 14 over 500. So they have clawed their way back into respectability. Technically, they're halfbacks because the Reds got themselves ahead of them now. But right there in the thicket of the race. So if they can have a good series this weekend and keep it going, then maybe we got ourselves a September of Marlins run here, and that would be really nice. That would be really nice.
Yeah.
A little bit of sad news over the weekend, though. Jimmy Buffett died. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That actually made me sad when you sent the message.
I know.
I had no idea.
That's what, by the way, just so everybody knows, that is how we announce deaths to one another.
Yeah, for sure.
We first, when you see "oh no" on our text thread,
you know someone is gone.
Death is coming.
Or Tobin's talking, and out of nowhere, Leroy says,
"Yep,
oh no,
yep, Jimmy."
Oh no,
like that.
Loretta Lynn died.
Yep. So that unfortunately that didn't happen on the air. We did not get the news of Jimmy Buffett. But yeah, Jimmy Buffett passed away. He put out a very heartfelt message to Jimmy
There was
Buffett.
a lot of tributes going on.
There was a lot of tributes going on, but the Heat, I loved their tribute to Jimmy Buffett because Jimmy Buffett was a diehard Heat fan. Diehard Heat, and not like the thing about Jimmy Buffett that was great is that he was like an OG fan. He was not like, oh, Jimmy Buffett was here to be seen with the hobnobbing with the Shaq days or the Dwayne Wade days. Like, no, Jimmy Buffett was like got kicked out of a game back in 2001.
I love how that was your first memory of him.
It was
and
the
you
first.
Posted it like he passed away. And
Yeah.
You're like, let's bring this back.
Well, I think it needs a local tie. I think it needs a little. I actually have. It was funny. I actually had a Jimmy Buffett. I was at the Jimmy Buffett announcement because Jimmy Buffett got the naming rights to the football stadium for like a year, and I don't think he paid $1 for it. Yeah, he had it was Landshark Stadium for a year when he was launching his beer, and it had like some kind of deal with it. I think he either got it like super cheap or maybe paid nothing at all for it.
Wow.
But yeah, Jimmy Buffett has some South Florida ties, but the one that I'll always remember is Jimmy Buffett getting kicked out of a Heat game. Like that, I mean, because you always think about, who are the celebrity fans who have got guts? It's Spike Lee's probably getting into it with an official. You have maybe some of those, but Jimmy Buffett getting kicked out, and the story goes back in the day, like Pat Riley, told the official, he goes, "I guess you're not a parrot head," and the guy had no idea what the hell that was.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Which is, of course, the fan base of the Jimmy Buffett, the Jimmy Buffett diehards. But yeah, and they put we are saddened to learn the passing of longtime season ticket member and friend Jimmy Buffett. Jimmy knew well the power that music and sports has of bringing people together. Heat Nation joins all Parrot Heads in honoring Jimmy's incredible spirit and love of life. And yeah, he had like a message. Mickey Arison put something out. Alonzo Mourning had a nice tribute to Jimmy Buffett. But yeah, I remember being at that event, Mark. It was one of the things. I don't even remember. I don't know who was the PD back when this happened, but one of like the things that I was doing when I was just starting at the station, they'd be like, "Hey, can you go cover this?" And it was like, "Hey, Jimmy Buffett is having a launch concert because it's going to be Landshark Stadium. Will you go?" And there we were in the club level, bunch of Parrot Heads.
Where does Landshark rank on the list of names the stadium has had?
I mean,
okay,
it's
okay,
not the greatest. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the
It's not the worst.
I kind of like Landshark.
I mean,
I like
pro
it.
players always near and dear to my heart because
yeah.
that's what that's what I like. I was like, Joe, because that's what the Marlins championship. I know most people just still call it Joe Robbie, like no matter what. Even with it being Hard Rock is just a cool name, even though it's just a brand, but like it's a cool brand. So being called Hard Rock Stadium
for sure. It's
is
not
a
like
cool
a
name.
Life Wallet or something.
Yeah,
like
what was it? It was Sun Life. I think
not a
Sun
fan
Life
of
was
that
my
one.
least favorite JFig.
Not a fan of that one.
Sun Life, I think, was my least
What about
favorite.
Dolphin Stadium? Remember, it was just Dolphin
It
Stadium?
was just it was Dolphin. Then they pluralized. It was Dolphins.
Dolphins. Yeah, both of those on the bottom.
I don't remember which one came first, Dolphin or Dolphins, but I think in between that was Landshark.
Yeah,
and Jimmy Buffett.
That's amazing. I didn't know that story. I didn't know that it was a part of him. I just remember thinking, did a beer company just buy this for a year? What happened?
Yeah, no, I remember like it was like, oh yeah, Landshark. He was launching his own beer, and I was transparently, I was never a big Landshark fan.
Okay, no, it's fine. That's fine.
But it was it was a wild thing. I remember Stephen Ross like speaking at that. He was speaking to reporters at that thing with Jimmy Buffett launching his Landshark Stadium. And then you remember like they started playing fins to the left, fins to the right, instead of the whole they were going through a whole revolution. This is when people really didn't like Stephen Ross because he was doing too much wacky stuff because they had like the T-Pain song.
Oh no.
And then they would also play Jimmy Buffett's fins to the left, fins to the right.
Nah.
But people kind of still dug that because it's like now that and then they still go to, I'm sure they'll play it a lot now, especially I'm sure the first game because Jimmy Buffett, you gotta honor him, JFig. You gotta honor
Remember
him.
when he was in Jurassic World?
Wow,
that small little moment where he came out and did the cameo.
I don't remember that.
Is that what Margaritaville is?
So it was funny. They were being attacked because all the animals went loose again. But you see Jimmy Buffett doing exactly what I would do is while everybody's running away from the dinosaurs, he grabs his margarita and makes sure he don't spill it.
Of course.
Love
great.
that.
He's also not the only one that passed away this weekend.
That's right.
The lead singer of Smash Mouth.
Oh, don't tell
Tobin.
Tobin.
You okay, dude? Are you all right, Marcos? You love Smash Mouth.
He gets mad every time I play Smash.
What did he like? But didn't they say he had like a week to live?
He was in hospice and he was in bad conditions, and they didn't know if he was going to last more than a
That
week.
sucks.
And then the next day, he passes away at
Marcos,
56.
this is why you should honor him, man, more. You be more mature with your jokes, dude.
I apologize.
You gotta grow up.
Yeah, I'll do that. I apologize.
I feel like you should play it next.
Yeah.
Speaking of growing up, Shmith and Shmolnik says that Tobin is Jimmy Buffet.
Oh, that's really good. I like that. Spelled the same.
Yeah.
Point for.
I think JFig and I think you were with me when they were opening up Margaritaville in Hollywood. Did you make a trip out there when we were on promotions?
I've never been to a Margaritaville.
I did it multiple times, so I'm not sure.
Wait, you know what? That's a lie. I've been to the one at Universal. I've never been to a Margaritaville resort, but I've been to a
You've been
restaurant.
missing out.
I
They
think
even
he
have
has his
now
own
a whole
suite.
like a whole community. Like people are living in Margaritaville now.
What do you mean? There's people living in there? Like that's their choice of home is
Yes.
Margaritaville.
Actually,
There's
I
like
do remember
in
hearing that.
Orlando.
Damn.
That's probably what he would have wanted.
Yeah.
It's a whole residential
But
area.
the
It's
thing
very
that
pretty.
I think that Jimmy Buffett probably what he wanted most is Damian Lillard on the Heat.
You think so? You think that's what
I
he
think
was?
that's probably what he was thinking of. Like at the end,
Alright.
he goes, "Give me Dame time."
Okay. That was his one of his final whispers.
I don't know what it was, but like I imagine if he was such a hardcore Heat fan, do you think that like he was into giving up? Like, do you think that Jimmy Buffett would be listening to us and be like, "I wouldn't give up Jovic.
2001, he's getting kicked out of games.
Yeah.
What was our record that year?
They were in the playoffs. I think it was a playoff game that he got kicked out of? It was a Heat Knicks game.
Is that Eddie Jones and Brian Grant in them? Or was that even
That's
before
like
them?
the next year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who the hell was on that 2001 team?
That's like the last hurrah of like Riley's guys.
Oh, I
you
gotcha.
know? But it was but yeah, man. Like Pat Riley was like talking to the official. He goes, "Do you know he just kicked out?" Because like maybe because it is kind of a niche thing. Like if you don't like Jimmy Buffett music,
yeah,
you know, like maybe you don't, and you don't know who Jimmy Buffett is.
So I googled it, and the first story that comes out, it says, remembering when Pat Riley scolded referee who ejected.
Oh yeah, because Pat Riley is a music aficionado. You're not gonna it'd probably like second to Jimmy Buffett is like if you kicked out Bruce Springsteen. Other than that, like Pat, you're gonna infuriate Pat Riley.
He thought I was insulting him.
Yeah.
He wanted to give me a technical for calling him a parrot head.
It would have been great. That's a technical foul on Coach Riley. Called me a parrot head.
Wow. Has Spike Lee ever been kicked out of a game?
I gotta think he's been kicked out of a game before.
Nicholson?
Flo Rida got kicked out of a game, but I think the coaches got him kicked out. I'm pretty sure Frank Vogel got Flo Rida kicked out.
What a Frank Vogel move.
Yeah, Frank Vogel got Flo Rida kicked out of a game,
Nice.
and I think his manager Freezy. I don't know if he has the same manager anymore. I wasn't here the day that Flo Rida randomly showed up here.
What a day.
But
Oh, that's right. You weren't here.
I wasn't here that time. Yo, you guys said Flo Rida?
Yeah, you know.
He follows me on Instagram now. I don't know why I wasn't there.
Well, didn't he keep asking for him, Marcos?
Yeah.
I think
did.
he asked Leroy. Oh no, did he?
He says, "Where's that
Tobin?"
intangible?" I was like, "Ah, he's off today."
Is that what he said?
I think so.
Hey, where's that guy you argue with? The intangible guy. So yeah, man. Rest in peace to Jimmy Buffett, a guy who definitely had a musical legend first and foremost, and of course was a South Florida sports fan. Had a lot of ties down here to the Heat, the Dolphins, and a lot of the community. So that was really sad news over the week, and you know, that's you never like to see that, but I'm sure a lot of people got to reflect over the weekend, enjoy some of his music and his work, and the Heat with a beautiful tribute to him there as well. We'll take a quick break. Hour 2 are coming on up. The Dolphins have a big time matchup coming up, and I am declaring something for week 1. That's next. If you guys want to go see Marlins Mets coming up on what is that date? What is that? That's September 19th. Marlins in the thick of things still with a big series sweep this weekend. Big series against the Dodgers. So hey, listen, they might be right in the midst of it. The Mets suck, dude. So let's see if they can keep it rolling. If you want to go see Marlins Mets, you want a pair of tickets right now. Let's give it to caller 6. Caller 6 to 305-567-0560. Caller 6 to 305-567-0560. We'll get a pair of tickets to Marlins v. Mets at Lone Depot Park on September 19th. If you guys want to go, pair of tickets to caller number 6, 305-567-0560. Back more for this. Tua, Tunga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food. Two of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. As we are finally here, ladies and gentlemen, it is NFL game week.
Goosies galore.
You're not kidding, Mike. You're not kidding, dude. Let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
By the way, Ricky Williams, we will speak to the Dolphins legend coming up at around 1 o'clock today. Ricky will join the show yet again. We'll talk a little Dolphins with him, see what Ricky's up to. See what he's up to.
Always a treat.
Always a treat.
We're going to leave so inspired today.
Usually is, on his porch, just relaxed, enjoying life. It's always a delight having Ricky Williams on the program.
Maybe he can give us insight as to why everybody else in the AFC East wants to upgrade their running back except for us. It's fine. No, it's
What
fine.
do you mean? Like you're nervous going into this? Like you wanted it because you got teased with too many stars?
Like you got Ezekiel Elliott, who I know is going to be trash, but it's a fun name.
It is a name.
Dalvin Cook could have been a homecoming.
Could have been a homecoming. He wanted to be here.
Jonathan Taylor, who knows what's even happening with that guy anymore?
I'm fascinated to get Ricky's take on the Jonathan Taylor thing. That's a crazy one in its own right. But the Dolphins, look, this is a rarity that's coming up this weekend for the Dolphins, which is week 1 revenge game.
Wow.
Yep.
Week 1. So you're carrying this over.
I'm carrying it over. Let's think about last year.
All right.
That loss to the Chargers is still, I think, the most puzzling loss of the season.
Really?
Yeah, because you think back, first of all, the Chargers were not playing well going into that game.
That's true.
Right? And the Dolphins had that whole thing, we're staying out on the West Coast, and we're going to have a little stint out there, and we're going to practice. And then they lost. They got off to that hot start against 49ers, and then they got thumped.
Yep.
They're like, all right, 49ers are good, complete team, whatever. Shake that off. The Dolphins were on a massive win streak going into that game. Sunday Night Football. Remember where we were, JFig? We were at a Keg South in Kendall.
Is that so?
That's where we were. We were watching the game at a Keg South in Kendall. We were there. We were gathered. It was going to be a partay, Marcos. Okay. It was going to be exciting.
That's right.
No shot the Dolphins were going to lose this game. Justin Herbert, he'd been a bum. I mean, he'd been good, but not like the best.
Yeah.
They were searching for themselves a little bit, the Chargers. And for whatever reason in this Dolphins game, just got off to this piss poor start. Couldn't get anything going. The only points that they got in that first half, remember, was that weird ass Tyreek Hill play, the fumble Rooski, where Cheetah got the ball batted to him. Was it Teron Armstead who batted him the ball?
I think so.
Cheetah took it to the house,
wow.
And so the Dolphins were kind of in it, and then they come out of the first half into the second half. They got that bombski. Tua to Cheetah for 60 yards. I'm like, here we go. Wrap. Dolphins are winning this game.
Yep.
But they just couldn't get the damn Chargers off the field in that game. And I think this was probably the game where Josh Boyer just I'm rats off a ship on this guy.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle was going through his little slumski for the first time of the year. It just was puzzling. It was a puzzling loss. They played a little bit more physical. Dolphins maybe a little bit figured out after just killing everybody, running them off the field. Because the first time the Dolphins had a slump that year, it was pretty obvious. No Tua.
Yep.
Tua got hurt. Okay, makes sense the Dolphins aren't winning. But now the Dolphins weren't winning, and they had their full arsenal out there. It was just a head scratcher. Very, very, very confusing as to what was going on in that game. And so I think week 1, revenge game.
Wow.
Yeah.
You think they're holding on to this one?
They better be.
They lost a lot of games in that streak.
No,
Why
I don't
not?
care. Because this was the one.
Yeah.
Like the next week after that, right, was the Bills game.
Yep.
Respectable loss. Like the Bills are a good team as much as we make fun of them, right?
Yeah. 3-point game.
Ooh, the Sun. They're soft. But, competitive game. Tip of the cap. You know what the Dolphins do when they lose to the Bills on the road?
What's that?
Tip of the cap. When the Bills lose to the Dolphins on the road, it was the Sun. It was this, boo-hoo, Ken Dorsey, like the whole thing.
Wow.
And, so I don't, that loss was fine. The Packers loss, I was very mad at that loss. I mean, I said that to ruined Christmas, but I didn't know that he was concussed. I didn't know that he was concussed.
Yeah.
Only one guy on Twitter knew that he was concussed the entire time. One guy on Twitter realized it, and then the rest of us.
How much you do that?
What do you mean?
Jump to conclusions?
No, JFig, that's not fair. Nobody knew that he was concussed.
Okay.
All right. They didn't even go check him to get concussed until he was doing film with Mike McDaniel after. So I'm not going to take blame for that. I'm not.
Ruined.
I don't care how you're looking at me. I'm not taking blame for that.
You basically called him the Grinch.
You did.
I didn't know that he was hurt when he was ruining Christmas, though. Like, how can you know?
Well, why not blame
I'm not a
the
neurologist,
Packers?
JFig.
You didn't blame anyone. You didn't blame Aaron Rodgers. You didn't blame any of the Packers.
Why would I blame Aaron Rodgers? He didn't ruin Christmas. And I mean, he saved Christmas for his fans. Makes no sense.
What a way to twist some words up.
Poor
to make
Tua.
it kind of convenient right now.
Trying to just make it through the game because he loved Christmas so much.
I know that dude does love Christmas. But here is Mike McDaniel. This was him speaking to the media yesterday as the Dolphins will have today off. They'll be back on the practice field tomorrow. And we will hear from Tua, of course. But this was Mike McDaniel saying that they're not overly consumed with this game all off season against LA.
The season in its entirety was motivating enough, not just one particular game. I'm sure from an individual standpoint, players often harbor those individual matchups, those, hey, it's man-to-man coverage and I'm covering you and you're running this route. Those types of things you develop, you kind of have a memory of. And but overall as a team, we have been focused on the Miami Dolphins for every day since we've gotten back together in 2023, and I'm pretty positive that up until this game and then after this game, most of the guys are going to be focused on the Miami Dolphins as well. So to not making more of one individual opponent, it's more about us and how it relates to us. I'm sure there'll be a couple, hey, I'm going to get you this time. You got me last time. That's kind of the case with all these NFL football games.
Okay, but wrong. Okay. Like, I don't care that he's going to sit here and say, oh, the whole season was motivating enough. No. You got to put little things into every week, right? And this needs to be a wrong that is righted by the Miami Dolphins. Needs to be. First of all, let's not sugarcoat it, okay?
All right.
The marquee on this game is Tua v. Herbert. I don't care what anybody else says. We could talk about the cornerbacks and the scheme and, we got Fangs and we got Ronaldo Hill now on the defensive staff, which is a very weird thing. Like, who leaves the defensive coordinator position to come and be under a defense coordinator? Like, he must have really hated Brandon Staley. I'm sure he got a raise too, but I'm sure he really hated Brandon Staley.
Yeah,
and I would hate his face too. I mean, the guy seems like a bit of a dope. But, like, make no mistake about it, okay? No doubt about it. This is Tua v. Herbert. All right, round 3. Rubber match, dude.
Okay.
Rubber match. Because we were sitting here fat and sassy last year.
Yeah.
Tua was on top of the world. We were talking MVP at this point. When this game happened on Sunday Night Football, we were starting to engrave Tua's name on that MVP. And then Justin Herbert, he was a dope, a hippie, just a stat boy.
Wow.
All these things, all this slander. And he outgunned him. He did. He outgunned him. One of Tua's worst games of the season. Just couldn't get on the same page with the receivers. His receivers getting out-muscled outside of a Bombski to Tyreek Hill. Very pedestrian game from Tua. Very pedestrian game. So, yeah, dude, this is I don't want to hear, the season was motivated. No. This game, revenge game, right off the bat. That's the way we got to think about it.
So I just realized that.
What's that?
We were on the road last year. We're on the road again this year.
I know.
What the hell is up with that?
It's not really a road game though. Like that's the other thing. Like
okay.
road game on the Chargers, they barely have fans. They don't even know where their fans are. San Diego, LA, where are our fans? You know, so that like it's not like you're going to some vaunted environment where it's like, oh, this is gonna be super intimidating. But nah, dude, I don't want to hear everything. No, what needs to be motivating is getting back and figuring out what the hell happened in that game. Because you were running up until that point, you were basically running over everybody. You were running through and running past everybody. And if it wasn't for Tyreek Hill making it respectable with his Tyreek Hillness, who knows what that game would have been. So I need the focus to be on revenge and revenge alone, Mike McDaniel. And by the way,
wow,
they're taking pot shots at you, dude. They're taking pot shots at you. And I'm not trying to do a little pun there, but like they had Mike McDaniel. Do you remember the schedule released this year, JFig?
Tell me.
They had like a cartoon video then?
They had a cartoon video of Mike McDaniel puffing it up, going out there with his vape.
Allegedly.
No, not to them.
Not to them, no.
Not to them, dude. Not to them. They had it out there with a puff of smoke coming out there with his with his vape pen. And here was Mike McDaniel, of course. The most interesting thing broken down in this entire week is what did he think of that video?
Mike, since you opened against the Chargers and since they put out a video in the offseason and since I don't think you've been asked about it, what was your reaction to that vaping video? I never.
Huh? I don't know what you speak of. The schedule release. A lot of creative people doing creative things in 2023, which is pretty creative.
He's heated, dude.
Okay.
It's a heated Mike McDaniel.
That was purposeful in that. But don't know what you're talking about. Oh, the schedule release? Like, how do you know exactly
you know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure we all had a good chuckle over Mike McDaniel.
Funny.
We thought they thought they were gonna make a little jokey joke. What did the Dolphins take any shots at Brandon Staley for giving up the playoffs out of nowhere?
Look at that.
No, they did not. Did they make any jokey jokes about blowing a 4-touchdown lead to the Jaguars? Certainly did not. But these guys want to take little pot shots at the Dolphins and Mike McDaniel allegedly vaping on the sidelines, which he was not, maybe. I don't appreciate it, dude. I don't appreciate it. I don't think Mike McDaniel should appreciate it.
Do we still have of his comments on the vaping on the sidelines?
I'm sure I can get it. Do you think the social media team is going to respond with like
they should
their own little cartoon?
They should. It should be a Brandon Staley learning how to count.
Okay. Him just going through like, I don't know, like a Miss Rachel or something.
I don't know. He's a fingers and toes guy. Apparently can't figure out math to get into the playoffs, or apparently what it is to keep a lead in the playoffs.
Yikes.
Dummy. Anyway, take a quick break. Lots to get into from this game. Back with more after this.
Hey.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Hey, we got your chance to win tickets to see comedian Stavros Halkias at the Broward Center on November 11th. If you guys want to enter this contest, text the word comedy to 20357. That's comedy to 20357, and you're entered. If you don't win, you still want to go. Get more info at browardcenter.org/events. This is a text contest, so message and data rates may apply. You ever come to the Improv, Marcos?
Yes.
Nice guy?
He is a nice guy. He's actually very funny.
All right.
Impossible last name to pronounce, though. You did a good job.
Halkias?
I don't know, dude.
Well, dude, don't you have to ever say, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, so there's ways around it, you know. You can be like, Stavros is in the back, you know, make some noise. You don't go with the full name there. Then you leave it to the host.
Stavros.
It's in the back.
In the back. Who's excited?
Make some noise.
Who's excited to see the staff man?
Yeah, it's pretty funny, though.
All right. Funny. When's the last time? What's he like? All green M&Ms?
No, he's pretty chill. He's one of those, just give me a menu kind of guys.
All right.
So that's pretty good.
All right.
I always like that.
Well, if you guys want to go, text comedy to 20357. It'll be at the Broward Center coming up in November. Dolphins getting ready for week 1 as they named their captains, by the way. Same captains as last year.
Ooh.
You got Tua.
All right.
Armstead.
Yep.
X, Wilkins, Jevon Holland, Cheetah. And now welcome aboard Alec Ingold.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah,
it was a Landon Roberts. He's no longer with the Dolphins, so he takes the Landon Roberts spot. Everybody else, all the captains remain.
Nice.
And Tua, he is the true captain.
Yeah,
captain of all this. They did name QB2 though yesterday. It was Mike White.
Ooh, what?
Mike White is the backup quarterback, not Skylar Thompson.
That's strange. I know he got a concussion, but anything I saw in preseason was not leaning towards that. I don't think.
I think Skylar Thompson basically, the thing that sucks for Skylar Thompson is Skylar Thompson basically had to be Skylar Thompson from last preseason to probably leapfrog Mike White. But Mike, even with all that, like he did that to earn a roster spot last year.
Yeah.
Now Skylar Thompson's in a spot where it's like, all right, they got this whole emergency QB situation. And if Mike White does, first of all, I hope I never see Mike White. Yeah, I hope I never know. I hope it's a controversy we never know about.
Sure.
We never have to worry about. We never have to think about because I hope it's just nothing but Tua. Yeah. But if it does become a thing, I don't think it's the thing with the backup QB is I don't feel like the leash is going to be super long unless he's thrown into like a really bad situation. And, then Mike McDaniel will give him like the week to prepare. And then if he goes out there and stinks up the joint, then you go to Skylar Thompson.
Yep.
It's not like he's going to get this huge amount of rope. But again, I hope I never find out the answer to it. Who cares? I never want to find out if Mike White should be quarterback, could be quarterback, will be quarterback. I just never want to hear it. I just want to. I don't want to know. I don't care about this battle. I hopefully he does better. If we were ever to be in that case where Mike White gets in at blowout time or maybe a week 18 when they don't need him, I wish him all the best. Local kid. But I hope we never know. I genuinely hope he never gets his shot. I hope that Tua is amazing. That's not a shot at Mike White. It's not a slight at Mike White. I just never want to see you do your job. Okay. I never want to see. I don't really want to see him succeed because seeing him succeeds means that Tua got hurt or really sucked. And neither of those things spell success for the Dolphins. So I mean this in the nicest of way, Mike White. I hope that you have an entire season of sitting on your ass cheeks. Wow. And that's it. I hope your friends don't get to see you play.
Yikes.
But I hope that I hope you get all the perks of being a Miami Dolphin, best seats at Flanagan's.
Oh, yeah.
At Flanagan's?
Yeah. But
not even
do I truly wish Mike White success, JFig? No, I don't want him ever out there. Ever.
Doesn't he already have some success if he's backup?
Yeah, that's
yeah. Like I hope that he gets to fulfill his contract and he makes the millions of dollars.
Nicer. Okay.
But I mean, on the field success, I hope he gets none of that.
Okay.
Wow. But not because I don't want him to have success. It's just I don't want him to have success.
I get what you're saying, but it just sounds
I get it.
bad.
It just sounds.
I know it sounds harsh, but it's not because I'm a Dolphin
Sounds
fan.
a
I'm a
little
Tua
salty.
fan.
Yeah.
And I want to see Tua have success. I don't want to see Mike White have success. I want no good things for Mike White this season. I really want nothing. It's not that I want bad things for Mike White. I want nothing for Mike White.
Right. Just make sure that we establish everything before.
Right. Just so I gotta say, I hope Mike White doesn't play well this season because I hope he doesn't play at all.
Okay.
Really.
Before someone misinterprets
Just so you guys aren't misinterpreting what I'm saying, I wish no good play for Mike White this season because I wish no play for Mike White this season.
Huh.
You guys are following this, right?
Yeah, I mean I am, but it just something feels off about it. Still.
Yeah, I don't
Something
like
feels
that. You're
off
kind of
about it.
wishing bad on
Are
his
you-
career.
No.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
No.
Yeah, what if the guy during the
Like, he
Jason
didn't do anything
Taylor
to you.
Foundation was like, "Look, buddy, no offense, no offense, but I would have rather had OJ McDuffie, dude. I hope I never see
like,
you."
I would have
Are
understood,
you?
but I understood that. Like, why would you want to be with Tobin when you can be
Plant
with
your
OJ
cheeks
McDuffie?
open.
Why would you want to be with OJ McDuffie? And like, if you were a kid and the kid's like, yay, OJ McDuffie,
Great.
yay, Jalen Phillips, yay, Raheem Mostert. And then the kid's like, oh, I can't wait. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Tyreek
Bro.
Hill? Is it going to be Jalen
Tobin.
Waddle? Goosies. The lady can't even pronounce my name.
She's
So like,
Brandon,
Yeah.
Tobin?
so like I've been in Mike White's shoes, like nobody really wanting me there,
All right.
so I get it. Me and Mike White, samesies. So I
Okay.
wish, I hope JFig, I hope he looks good in the uniform, but I wish him no success. Like, I don't want him to be on the field.
It's just you saying you don't wish him success.
Well, why would I
That's
wish him
totally
success? I don't want him
off.
on the field. It doesn't make you get it.
It's
just
kind of
strange.
like, oh, okay, Tobin and Leroy show, but I don't really wish success for JFig and Marcos. Something like that. That's what it feels like.
I
I
understand.
don't know.
I understand. Like, would you want Orlando Robinson to be an all-star this season? Not really, because that's probably something happened to Bam, right? Like, Bam's our guy. So I don't
Yeah.
wish Orlando Robinson that much success.
For sure.
Some success.
But I don't want to go up to him and be like, "Hey, buddy, hope I never see you
I
this year,
wish
buddy."
you the worst.
No.
Really
See, I didn't
hope-
do that. I'm not wishing him the I'm not really I guess the
never
way I
see
should
you.
say, I'm not wishing him anything, JFig. I don't want anything to happen to him.
Right.
I mean, I was just testing it.
All
I
right.
hope that he got his ears checked so he can listen to the plays while Tua
Mm.
plays football. That's what I want for Mike White.
That's a good life, though. Right?
Oh yeah,
Backup quarterback,
good living, dude.
Mhm.
most like guy in the locker room.
Yep, most like guy. He gets to be home.
Yep.
Probably gets to go. Who knows?
Doesn't take that much hits. Right? He's got the red jersey in
One would
practice.
hope. Yeah, doesn't take any hits.
Yep.
I hope it doesn't get any hits.
Okay, see now we're leaning towards something a little bit more positive there,
Yeah, I hope he doesn't take any hits because
Yeah.
I hope that he does nothing
Okay.
this season. I want him to be.
Besides cheer for his team.
I want Mike
How much
White
money did we spend on
a
Mike?
lot of money, and I hope that he's absolutely useless. I hope it's the biggest waste of money ever.
I don't know. I mean, can we go back to remember you said the fourth quarter blowout things? What about that? Let's get back to that.
I mean,
Because
if that happens, that happens. But for real, I hope that it's the biggest waste of money in Dolphins history, and I'm talking more than Donnell Ellerbe.
Whoa.
I hope that Mike White is the biggest waste of money in the history of the Dolphins, and it's not because I dislike Mike White. It's just I don't want him on the field.
All right. He's a Jet. I get it. It's because he's a Jet.
No. See, you're doing a thing where you're trying to dig way too deep into this,
Eh.
and it has nothing more to do with the fact
he's
that
gonna treat Braxton
Oh.
Barrios just like that.
no, I love
Please,
Braxton
come
Bears.
on,
I want
spare.
Braxton Bears to be amazing.
but he wasn't Jet.
Spare our boy.
Yeah, but he's a cane.
Oh, you know what?
True.
Also, he wears number 14. It brings back trauma from number 14 on the.
I don't know.
Dolphins.
You guys are. See, here's the thing. I think you guys don't like Mike White because you're
No.
grasping at
No,
straws
don't
here.
try to
Oh,
spin this
come
on.
on us. We didn't say it. but we don't
All
wish
I'm
him
saying,
success.
no, you guys are trying to make this a thing that's not a thing. All I'm saying is I just don't wish Mike White success because I don't want him to do anything.
You know what? I think Dave South is right. This is mush talk. I feel like you should stop saying this while we're ahead.
Why?
Because what if you're just jinxing the whole season?
How
now?
am I jinxing it? By saying I don't wish him any success. I don't want Mike White to be on the field.
The way your words work.
If he gets on the field, I'm going to root for him, but I don't wish for that to happen.
Hmm.
For example, if you guys are on an airplane, right? Do you wish that you have to use the emergency protocol? No, but if it happens, it
No.
happens. Nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to know how to open up that stupid raft or your life preserver, but you need to know how to. You got to have it. It's protocol. But I don't. Do I wish that we have to use the procedures? Of course not.
I think we should deboard
You
players.
guys are making this. See, here's the thing. You guys are making this way deeper than it is. Way deeper than
your wishes are just cloudy. You have cloudy wishes.
I don't have cloudy wishes.
Cloudy wishes.
Forecast is clear. And the clear thing is, I want no success for Mike White, and I never want him to be on the field.
Good and then it doesn't.
I honestly hope he never
You
takes a
don't
snap
have
as a
to
Miami
see-
Dolphin.
What?
I hope his Dolphins career reads 0-0-0-0. Not because I don't want Skylar Thompson to have success either. If that makes you feel any better.
Seems like a practice injury you're wishing for at this point.
Nah, I mean, listen. Hey, listen.
Okay, I'm listening.
Football season is here, and we've got your chance for you to get a place to listen to our game.
Do we?
Any place, anytime, anywhere, dude. You know?
What?
And where you want to listen to Tobin and Leroy is on the Odyssey app. All right?
Of course, yeah.
On the Odyssey app, you guys get us on demand. If Mike White wants to listen back to this segment at any point that he wants to,
Please
he can just go listen to the podcast. Tobin and Leroy. Let's just title today's hour, Marcos. Tobin wishes Mike White no success.
Yeah, I think
That's
pretty
exactly
good.
what it's going to be.
That's actually a pretty good title there.
Damage is done, my friend, is next.
WQA
right, welcome back, people. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM, taking you up until 2 o'clock. Ricky Williams, he's going to join the show at around 1 o'clock. We will talk to the Dolphins' great Heisman Trophy winner. That guy was good.
Greatest Dolphins running back of all time? Question mark.
Nah, I think that's probably got to go to Zonk.
Oh, okay. I give respect to Zonk.
I think that's probably got to go to Zonk. But like the best until Tyreek Hill, the best offensive player the Dolphins have had in the last
20
since
years.
Marino retired.
Damn.
You know,
Love Ricky Williams.
love Ricky Williams. Although, man, he dealt with a lot of bleep when that was over. Like when he stepped away from football because of the marijuana.
Yeah.
God, people crushed him.
Chastised him. It was
Chastised him, dude.
It's really bad.
Schmeeth and Schmolik says that Tobin is Thicky Williams.
Boy, don't miss.
Double C too.
All right. I'll go first. So Team USA, they got to win today. They got to win today. They won against Lithuania.
Nice.
No, I'm sorry. They beat Italy today. Yeah. But they lost over the weekend to Lithuania, which is not what Nikola Jovic's Serbian national team did today because they took care of business against Lithuania.
Wow.
And it really begs the question. It does beg the question, even though Team USA won by like 40 today over Italy.
Yeah.
Still begs the question, is the damage done with having Steve Kerr as the head coach of this team?
The damage is done, my friend.
Best player is Anthony Edwards. He loves Erik Spoelstra.
Yep.
You know, I don't know. To me, I wonder. And then what do you do, Marcos, in this scenario?
Yep.
What do I do if it comes down to a final for the gold? Serbia v Team USA. What do I root for?
Is that still possible?
I am an American. I am not Serbian.
That's true.
But I love Jovic. So who do I root for in that scenario? Because I feel like the way I'm leaning, I'm rooting for Jovic.
Wow.
I think I'm going to root for Serbia over America. Is that am I a bad American?
Mother Russia. That's a very bad.
I don't know. Like, what would you? Who do you feel like you're going to root for Team USA?
As much as I love Babushka, I can't go against my
Is it because of Bogdanovic's face?
That's really the only reason.
I think our eyes are mainly on Serbia.
Because Erik Spoelstra's not the head coach. If it was head coach, I think I'd root for Team USA.
So that's where the loyalties lie. You're like okay because you had mentioned this earlier with like coaches that you're okay seeing lose. Is this something that you'd be okay with because technically Spo is not the head coach of the team?
Yes,
USA?
If Spo was the head coach, I'd definitely root for Team USA.
And no Bam on Team USA either.
Right. Well, people keep saying, "Oh, I can't believe they didn't bring Bam." Bam chose not to go. Like Bam just won the Olympics. He's not going to go to the FIBA World Cup. It's beneath Bam. True. I hope people realize that. I don't know if a lot of people do realize that. Like Bam's not playing on FIBA World Cup because it's beneath him. Like you don't think Bam Adebayo is getting picked over Bobby Portis and Walker Kessler? No, he won the Olympic gold. He doesn't have to go to that bull bleep.
What's a Walker Kessler?
Exactly, dude. So like, so are you going to root for America no matter what?
You know, I think you brought up some intriguing points. I think I want to see a little sweetener do well. I think I may be hopping on the Serbia bandwagon. You may have convinced me.
Yeah. Yeah, this Bogdanovich wants to hog in the ball, though. I'll tell you that much.
That's
ball hog.
That's unfortunate, man. I just want to see my little sweetener shine.
See that? He had that pass though a couple games ago, like behind the back on a trailing dunker.
Yeah,
I was like, man, wow, Jovic,
untradeable.
JFig, what's damage is done for you today?
So I was scrolling on social media.
Oh, I've been there
earlier today. Yes. And I found out that they have discovered a planet twice the size of Earth.
Whoa.
That may be covered by ocean.
Really?
Wow. In our solar system?
Wow.
Yes. Look at this.
What?
I have visuals.
Whoa. A planet twice the size of Earth discovered and maybe covered in ocean.
Ocean.
Yeah. So
now,
like mermaids?
Whoa. What?
Whoa.
No, it's actually Avatar.
Oh,
that's where they filmed Avatar.
I never saw Avatar.
The second one.
Yeah. Either one.
None of them.
Neither.
My what I feel is the humans see this and they're like, hey, we've already damaged Earth. Let's go damage this one somehow.
Yeah, that's what
No.
happens. You run your car down and then you go ahead and get another one.
Would you guys want to go to another planet if it was easy?
The damage is done, my friend.
If it was easier,
So I was actually
Like, let's say going to a planet was like going to Orlando. Would you want to go?
no.
yeah, for sure.
No.
3 hours? I'll take that. Wait, is my kid in the car? Because oh my god, no, it's 6 hours. It'll stop a lot.
Oh, it's a lot of stops when you got a baby, dude.
A lot of stuff.
Especially if he makes a stink.
Oof.
You don't want that in a car.
Yeah, again, you can't change it in a moving car. A lot of stipulations.
Dangerous.
Yep. I think I would though. I think I'd try it out.
Mm-mm.
What's the oxygen level over there? Huh?
Did you guys if you saw Avatar 2, you already
Yeah.
saw how they treat people that are not from there.
Oh, so you're
We already
assuming
saw what happened. We
Yeah,
already
that's just
saw the
one guy's
destruction
what if they're
of the
super
humans
friendly?
on that.
Yeah.
What? No.
What if they are, though?
what if they're like, come hang out?
Watch Avatar 2 and get back to me.
Damn it.
I am not going to watch either Avatar.
I think
What
you
is that, like
should.
9 hour of movie?
Just watch the second one.
But how am I to
Beautiful.
know that James Cameron knows how the aliens speak? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, what if they are super friendly? What if they're like, howdy, y'all?
Oof.
I think
Or
that
they're
they
like
were
line
very
dancing.
friendly though.
But
And
we were mean to them?
yes, we were trying to ruin and take over their land.
We're trying to just capitalize off their resources. Just a little drilling.
Well, I would feel like if we had stipulated, like, let's say, first of all, how does that work? Like, is this going to work like back in the old days where like explorers try and pillage?
Oh,
Because I feel like we got to tread lightly
as
with
pillaging?
going to a new planet. You know what I mean?
I don't know. We're kind of pillagers at heart, though.
We are pillagers. We are pillagers, but like I feel like we got to send like the welcome committee, you know?
Who'd be in your welcome committee? Tua for sure.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
Tua.
Super welcoming.
Jimmy Butler seems like a good time.
Oh yeah.
You know, you see how like Jimmy Butler and Jay Balvin are now best friends.
Wow. They wear matching cowboy hats.
Yeah, they were matching cowboy hats. Who's having more fun than Jimmy Butler?
No one.
No one.
Literally
Nobody.
no one.
Like nobody's having more fun than Jimmy Butler.
I didn't see the cowboy hats.
I think we should send Ricky Williams.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, maybe bring some of his product there.
Of course.
Just as like
What
a
about
token of appreciation.
Gogi?
Goron.
Goron.
come
Goron would be
on.
great going to another planet.
Absolutely.
Hello, everybody.
I think we put together like a pretty good
All
welcoming
South
for-
Florida ties too.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
I mean, we have to.
tell you who I'm not sending Mike White.
Oh no, gosh. Because you don't want him to do anything.
I don't want him to do anything.
What if he's really nice, Tobin?
He seems very nice. I was listening to him with Josh Appel yesterday. Seems like a great guy, but I still wish him no success because
Okay.
I don't want him to play. There's nothing, Mike. If you are listening, like nothing against you, I just want Tua to play all the games.
Yeah.
I hope you.
Really? Because you're here saying you wouldn't send him to another planet.
Mm,
Well, I mean, they're not going to be impressed by that.
that's your Mike White.
Mike
Really?
White.
That's the guy you want?
Who's this?
That was a kid at the Jason Taylor Foundation.
I tell you who I wouldn't send is Fangs. You know?
Oh,
Fangs
no
has
way.
no time for intergalactic travel.
Depends on what time the
I'll say
rocket
that's
ship
too much
leaves.
noise.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Imagine Fangs on a rocket ship.
A lot of hubbub. The old don't like hubbub.
Marcos, what damage is done for you?
My damage is done goes to anyone who has ever reported anything in Colorado ever. You are not safe from the wrath of Deion Sanders. This past weekend, his team had an amazing victory.
It was
over...
awesome. It was the story of college football this weekend.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
you know, more so, even more than Dabo losing. And Dabo's a boob. Like Deion Sanders walking into a Power 5 and winning a game. He was a 3-touchdown underdog.
Yep.
Come on, dude. That's the best story of the weekend. And maybe has Heisman Trophy candidates on his team already. His son's breaking records. That was so cool.
Yeah, it really was. It really was inspiring, uplifting, heartwarming, all the good stuff, all the goosies, if you will. But it was goosies to everyone except for any reporter that ever reported anything ever that may have shined a negative light on their program. Deion Sanders hit every one of those reporters with the damage is done, my friend.
Damage is done, my friend.
This is what the primetime coach had to say.
Ain't none of y'all believe that. Maybe a couple of y'all that knew me and know how I get down. They know I'm a winner. We're going to end up winning. Ain't none of y'all thought you was going to be sitting up here. You supposed to be on the other side, interviewing that or coming and asking me, well, what happened? You said this and you said that. Yeah? Now what? Now what? Everybody quiet now. Now what? Come here, dog. Yeah. When our guys does the podcast, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, dog. Straight up. I appreciate you, dog.
The one
Keep
reporter
on
that
doing
was
what you do. Thank you. That's one of our supporters when none of y'all was supporting us. He had our back. You believed, didn't you? I did. All right.
Damage is done, my friend.
Wow. Yikes. I love that. I love that there's the one guy, though. You know, there's that one guy.
It's you for Bam.
Pretty much.
Bam hit you with the, except for Tobin. You know, Tobin's a good guy.
I hope that he lights up Nebraska by 40 this weekend.
God,
Matt Rule just sitting there with that stupid look on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. No, it's fun. Like, who's not? And he's right. He's a winner. He does. Like, the dude, first of all, this guy excelled at football. One of the greatest football players of all time. Was a good baseball player.
Yep.
You know, took over Jackson State, did amazing there. Of course, you didn't think he was going to do good here too. Like, come on, he's Coach Prime.
At first, I thought it was weird that he went to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a good opportunity for him to continue to uplift HBCUs, but the opportunity he has now in a Power 5 conference to find success really shines more light on a lot of these players that he brought over from Jackson.
Could you imagine if in a couple of weeks he beats USC?
Woo! Oh, that Caleb Williams. I'm so over him.
Why?
Just everywhere. Like
he is everywhere, but I like that.
That he's everywhere?
Yeah, because you have old Dopey Dabo here with his name, image, and likeness. And I like the fact that the Heisman Trophy winner should be in every other commercial for college football. That's the way it should be.
My God,
that's the way it should be. It makes me happy to see Caleb Williams in every commercial.
Need more Van Dyke.
Did you see? Apparently he's trademarked Tyler Van Dimes.
All right.
Okay.
I expect a couple commercials coming up.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I see him throwing maybe a moving company. He's like throwing a couch cushion onto a truck.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That'd be good.
I wish Tyler Van Dyke success.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
That's nice.
My damage is done. Goes to any reporter that ever doubted Deion Sanders.
Understood. It's a good place to go for you, man. It's a good place. Tyreek Hill, by the way, he spoke to the media yesterday as we were getting ready for Week 1, Dolphins and Chargers. He's got some pretty big things to say about his quarterback rolling into this old trilogy matchup with Justin Herbert. Last year, Dolphins got embarrassed by the Chargers. Sunday Night Football, probably the biggest dud of the year, biggest dud of the year for the Dolphins. They were riding high, and that really kind of swung the momentum in a bad way up until them clawing their way into the playoffs at the end. But we'll hear from Tyreek Hill on where things stand going into this Week 1 matchup. That's next.
nibbling on sponge cake, watching the sun.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Leroy will be back tomorrow, by the way, everybody. He is out today. We will talk to our guy tomorrow. I did see him yesterday at the Jason Taylor Foundation event. Didn't rat him out to Raheem Mostert.
Honorable.
Jalen Phillips, giant.
It's a giant.
That was my thought. I was like, holy crap. How does anybody stop that guy?
Love that.
How does anybody stop that guy? I did want to go up to him because it is Dolphins Chargers week, Marcos. Like, I didn't, but what I wanted to do, I wanted to go up to Jalen Phillips and be like, bull crap pass and roughing the pass around Justin Herbert. Am I right?
God,
but he probably gets that a lot, right? Like, I'm not going to be original by saying, JP, bull crap roughing the passer. Am I right? That was garbage.
A year later, we can remember it. That's how bad it was.
It was so bad. I don't even understand what was going on there.
Yeah.
So
that was bad, dude. That was bad.
It was a lot of stuff just makes you angry from that game.
Yeah.
And which, like, it's good. I think it's a good way to start the season and get into stuff. Let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Dolphins, Chargers, week 1 matchup. We'll talk to Ricky Williams in about an hour's time, former Dolphins running back, as we get all football-y and getting ready for the football season. Tyreek Hill had some things to say about Tua. Says he can't wait to see Tua back on the field and see him back in action.
Right now, everybody's obviously happy, and everybody's just the message, from all of the leaders is mindset, mentality each and every day. Because at the end of the day, we still got to work, today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, leading up to that point. So just trying to keep all the young guys, focused. For the guys that's like new to playing in the league. So far, everybody's excited. I'm very excited. I can't wait to see, Uno back on the field, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I can't wait either. Because you think about, like, the season that Tyreek was having last year. He says he's going to get 2,000 this year. Needs Tua to do it. And I think that's the thing that I like about it, because, like, last year, it felt to me like Tyreek Hill needed to fluff Tua up a little bit, Like, let him out there. You make him the confidence, feel good, belief. Everybody's kind of laughing at Tyreek Hill. You don't really believe that he's that. You don't really believe what you're saying. You don't think that he's better than Patrick Mahomes. You're just saying stuff. And whether you believed it or not, I thought that it was great. I thought it was great that he was sticking up for his guy, that he was putting this, that he was trying to bolster his confidence. That was such a big thing for Tua last year. Now I think Tua has the confidence. I think Tua already has the belief in himself, has the belief from his teammates. And so I don't think he needs that extra pat on the ass from Tyreek Hill this year. I think that he already got all he needs. Here was a little bit more from Tyreek on his quarterback.
Tua, man, he's the same guy each and every day. He's always happy. He's always grateful, for this opportunity. So, I mean, just by me looking at him, like I could tell he's ready. That's why we had those moments in the preseason. So whenever he's out there in real action for the whole game, it's not like, oh my gosh, here I am, I'm back on the field. So he's definitely excited, man. I could just watch him, like the way he's throwing the ball out there on the field each and every day, completing passes, talking trash while he's doing it. He's showing swag each and every day. He's leveling up each and every day.
Oh.
Talking trash every day.
That's Goosey's right there. Talking trash and leveling up. I love all of that. Yes.
It's a new side.
Goosey's.
It is a new side. Like a Tua who is swaggering, who has the confidence in his abilities, has an offense that he knows now, back and forth, has receivers that he knows he has great chemistry with. What's not to be excited about that and what this kid can do? When he was on the field last year, you're talking about an MVP candidate. You're talking about a Dolphins offense that we haven't seen like that in decades. 6th in the league. And that's, with their quarterback missing time. And I get it. Everybody's nervous because of the durability of them, and everybody's, nervous. But whatever you want to make fun of the jiu-jitsu, you believe in it, you don't believe in it. It clearly looks like he's already being able to execute some of that stuff on the field. It looks like he's able to go out there and fall better and take contact better. We know that that's always going to be a thing with him, is that he likes to stay in the pocket or he likes to try and make something out of nothing. It's very hard for Tua to let things die. And I think that makes a lot of people nervous because, he's not the biggest dude in the world. But now, as Ryan Clark learned the hard way, put on all that muscle.
Yeah.
You better keep his name out your mouth.
Yep.
Because he can get scrappy. And let me just tell you something. He's about to turn this AFC into a scrap heap. Tua's going out there. Paws up, dude. Woo. Hands up. Ready to come out there swinging and slinging.
I mean, I like it, but in honor of Leroy, we give you -1 for that scrap heap thing.
Why?
-1.
It's not me, dude. It's not me. It was just.
Did you just think that's what he would say?
For sure.
That's not fair. You don't get to
Don't just pin it on Leroy.
spirit
You
Leroy
can pin it on
-1
us
me?
too as well.
I'm just saying, dude. Scrap heap, too much.
He's going to go out there, dude. He's going to start taking out the trash. First up, that stupid Justin Herbert with his dumb hair.
Okay.
What?
Dumb.
I don't. Didn't he cut it? I don't know.
He did after the Dolphins beat him his rookie year. He did cut it. Now he's going to keep it up there like some pretty boy with his soccer hair. Listen, dude.
Very strange that you come after this. I don't think I've ever even heard him.
I guess on its face, I probably shouldn't, because what did he do other than get picked after Tua?
Yeah, that's the thing. No one you should be mad at the fan that thinks that we should have Justin Herbert. You should be mad.
No fan thought we should have had Justin Herbert. There's no fan that thought that.
Yeah.
I was here. I remember. Everybody was super happy that we got Tua. I've never seen a fan base happier.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, this Justin Herbert comes out there, throws up monster numbers his rookie year, and everybody was rats off a ship on Tua. Then you had this Ryan Fitzpatrick crying into his beard, being, oh, boo, poor me. And then the media, they ate it up like a bunch of puppies. And they thought, oh, Brian.
What?
Yeah, they ate it up, dude. And they were out here like, oh, Brian. And so everybody was against Tua. When I've never been against Tua. I love him. And you know what? I can't wait for him to kick Justin Herbert's ass. Even though it has really nothing to do with Justin Herbert, it's just enough of them already, dude. It's enough. So the old trilogy matchup, it's coming up here, and he's going to learn a thing or two about a thing or two.
Thing or two.
Exactly, dude. And you think that, what do you think Kellen Moore is going to save things? First of all, what do you think Kellen Moore is going to do? First of all, he's a lefty quarterback, all right? If he was anybody he should be the offensive coordinator for, it should be Tua.
True.
You think he even knows how to teach you? What is he going to teach you? To throw reverse?
Okay.
Doesn't even make sense.
Okay.
And we've been really wowed by the Cowboys lately. So please, save me all of your talk. Save me all of that stuff, because you guys got lucky. You got a fat cat game from the Dolphins last year, and that's all that it was.
And he doesn't wish you success.
No, I trust me when I tell you, JFig, I'm not even trying to mince words like I did with the Mike White thing. Justin Herbert, I wish no success.
I'm glad you admit to both.
And I wish almost for him to flame out of the league.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, a lot
I
of
do.
hate for this guy.
Well, then they could kind of just put the end of the whole debate, yeah?
Yeah.
Because they are always going to be tied. You can't deny that. Tua,
Oh,
Justin Herbert are always going to be tied. It's always going to be a thing. It's always going to be a thing. They're always going to be compared.
Yeah. Do you think he's a good quarterback at all, though, Justin Herbert?
Do I think he's a good quarterback?
Yeah.
Define good.
Okay. So, I mean, the reason why I asked that is because they can't be tied together if Justin Herbert's not good. Because then it'd be like, well, Tua's way better than that guy. He's not even the same ballpark. But the fact that they're going to be tied together is, you think Justin Herbert?
I think Justin Herbert's good. I think he's good. But I think Tua, I think there's definitely room for Tua to pass him.
Yeah.
I think for right now, like if you ask most GMs would take Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing that was disappointing about that last year with that performance, is I think going into that week, I think a lot of people were starting to kind of turn the tide on, Tua's going to be the dude, and he's maybe passing Justin Herbert. And then he had a stinker, and Justin Herbert was awesome in that game. So now the trilogy meets with the stakes at the start of the season. Can he start swinging people the other way? I do think more people, I definitely feel like you're seeing nationally, people are believing in the Dolphins at a bigger rate. Like they're kind of the darling team everybody's looking for. They see the offensive weapons. They see them adding fangs to the defense and all that type of stuff. So I do think the Dolphins are getting respect going into the season, strangely enough. When last year, I think everybody was running them off. I think everybody was like, Tua sucks, wacky coach who's a weirdo, nothing's going to happen with this team. Bills, Jets, that's going to be the head of the division. I think still betting-wise, I do think the Dolphins are projected to be third, but they're sorely mistaken because you got hippie Aaron Rodgers, you got Josh Allen, on the downswing.
Turmoil.
Dude. Yeah, him and Stephon Diggs hate each other. So, I think Justin Herbert's good. But let me tell you something right now. We better treat Tua kicking his ass this weekend the same we treated Justin Herbert winning last year. We better treat it the same. And now we got swaggy Tua on top of that.
I don't think anyone's mentioning something he developed also this offseason that helps the aerodynamic throw of the spin of the ball is the ink on the tattoos that he has, because he has a sleeve now, dude. So he's completely
the ink,
different.
Really?
Yeah, the ink from the sleeve.
I don't think it's on
tattoos.
his throwing arm.
Yeah, that's the thing about it, because it goes through his body. And Justin Herbert, no tattoos.
You gave me -1?
That's fair.
Yeah, I know.
That's fair.
-1.
No tattoos for Justin Herbert. That's why his spins.
Does he have no tattoos? Are you sure?
None visible. Unless
Nothing
he has
that's cool like that, though.
One of those Leroy
Nothing tribal.
hidden tattoos.
No, if anything, he's probably got like, what Justin Herbert probably has, like a barbed wire tattoo. Like it's 1999.
The worst. The literal worst.
Why did I picture that?
Take a quick break. Back after this.
your Lexus dealers. Experience amazing.
All right, welcome back to Rascals. Tobin and Leroy taking you up until 2 here on the show. Football season is back, and so is our Dave & Buster's gift card giveaway. We've got your chance to win a $250 gift card from Dave & Buster's to watch college football, the NFL, and more. To enter, go online to the WQM contest page and submit your entry. If you win, you can go to Dave & Buster's with your gift card and spend the day watching your favorite teams, all on us and Dave & Buster's. Eat, drink, play, watch sports at Dave & Buster's in Hollywood. How does that work this week? Did we get the free week of the NFL ticket? Is YouTube TV doing that? Do I get that? Or like, because I don't have YouTube TV.
Yeah.
But I'm open for business. Like I could, I'm a free agent. If I wanted to transition, if I wanted to, I could. But I need to know, do I get a free week's of football? That's what I want to know.
Can I tell you though?
I think YouTube TV offers a month free.
Ooh.
Does it?
Well, I did the 7-day
How can
free
I
trial.
circumvent that? Do I circumvent that via credit card number or multiple emails? How do I
to make it sort of
how do I work
don't
the
say
system
that
like
out
that?
loud.
Just wondering.
You're gonna make a lot of Gmails because they only accept Gmails. Yeah.
Really?
You can't hit them.
I can make me a Gmail.
Yeah, you can't hit it with the bellsouth.net. It's not gonna work.
Showponysports@gmail.com.
There
Let's
you
go.
The thing about the YouTube TV, because
Okay, I
they did
don't
this
think
for
so.
the they did this for
Did
the
you make
NBA
that up,
Finals.
JFig?
No, back then I think was I able to do that before? I don't remember.
Well,
But
this
it
is
does.
this is the
does
first
say
year they have
here.
it. This is the first year that they have. Although I think they're offering Red Zone for like $15 a month.
That's probably gonna be your best bet.
So if I can go just Dolphins in Red Zone, I think I'm good. I don't really have to have another game that I'm watching.
Okay, look. So there's a couple specials here. You ready?
Mhm.
All right. What does that mean? It says there's a button that says try it for free.
Yeah.
And then right under that it says limited time offer. It says
Yeah.
$64.99 per month for your first 3 months, and then it goes to $72.99 per month,
That's the
and
that's
that is
a
the
lot for
base
football.
plan.
$72.99.
Then there's another one where you subscribe to the NFL Sunday Ticket plus
Ooh.
YouTube TV to get Max for 4 months on us.
Oh, so we get Max.
so
So you
for
get
free.
Max too.
Like Max the network. What am I
Yeah.
sorry? What am I going to do? Watch old episodes of Hard Knocks? I already have Max.
Yeah, you can rewatch Game of Thrones if you like.
Yeah. Or you can watch Winning
See,
Time with
there
starring
is okay.
Pat
Then there's
Riley.
another one here that says NFL ticket get offer now. Let's see. Oh wait, it's gonna sign me into
Oh,
my
look,
Google account.
You
and
can
I'm
do a
not gonna that.
14-day free trial.
Hello?
14 days.
All right. So if I sign
Which one
in
did you click?
1 p.m.,
No.
I sign right in. I can get 2 weeks of football. But should I do if I did that? Like, do I still get like? You haven't answered my question. Is there a free week of
Well, that's what I'm saying.
of the NFL Sunday ticket?
Okay, I'm gonna press try it for free. Let's see what's. Why does it keep going to my Google? What do I do?
She's
You're
charging.
doing a dangerous
What do I
game,
do?
JFig.
I don't wanna
Careful.
do it.
Charge Odyssey.
Yeah.
Do they take Odyssey points?
Hey, Galen!
Do they get Odyssey points?
That'd be, maybe we can use them. Cash 'em in.
Galen, get us all free NFL Sunday ticket.
Yeah, sure.
Expensive.
Should I click it?
Fix it, dude.
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna click it.
Because I do have that 1 p.m. slate. Although this is 15 minutes of game day uncensored, I guess I'll be busy because we'll be on.
Ooh.
What do we go on? So it's a 4 o'clock game. So we go on at noon.
3 in the morning.
3 in the morning. We are now upping. If
doing
you
it.
didn't think 4 hours of pregame preseason was enough, we're doing 8 hours.
Oh, okay. You
No.
got me scared.
12 o'clock. I am at. Hey, Galen, when do we start?
Yeah, what time?
What time is Sunday? Is it 12:30? Because it's a 4:25 start. Technically,
Oh.
what's the 4-hour mark? I'm not doing 4.5.
All right.
Fix it.
Fix it, dude. Game day uncensored with myself, Omar Kelly, and Solana's coming your way this Sunday. But yeah, I want to watch some football while we're in here. You know,
Yeah.
football, dude. I'm sure there's going to be local game. They're definitely what do we got? They're definitely going to give us the Giants game. If the Giants on at 1, that's like, that's always a given. WSVN's putting the Giants on.
Just as long as I don't have to see the Jets again. Oh, God. Had enough of them.
Well, Jets are Monday Night Football.
Oh, thank God.
Jets are Jets Bills, I think, is Monday Night Football. I know this because I just watched the Manning cast audition.
Who?
They were doing a bit. It was actually pretty funny.
Oh.
They had a bunch of people come in for the Manning Cast audition for a third host. Mike McDaniel auditioned.
Oh,
And he told them that they're terrible evaluators and to go bleep themselves.
did he?
Yeah, potty mouth McDaniel.
Did he say that?
He said that. He
All
said
right.
that. 1 o'clock slate. There's no way. Oh God, I hope we don't get Falcons and Panthers. Oof. Bengals Browns, I'd be intrigued by.
Oof.
I gotta go look at that stupid map episode, see what goes on. I gotta get myself set up for football. You know, I
Yeah.
gotta get myself set up for football. I'm not set up for football right now.
You're not a fantasy guy either, right?
Nah.
Yeah.
I like the draft, but I always lose interest by week 4. It's just how I am. And then
That's
people
the
get
problem.
mad at you because you're not trying, and then if the wrong opponent has you, so I just thought it best if I abstain this year, Marcos. Did you go into the Odyssey League again this year?
For that same reason that I knew that I'd be starting a bye week quarterback by week 5, I decided not to.
Yeah, because like people get mad at you.
They do.
I'm not going to be as committed as you're going to be committed.
Yep.
I just don't have that in me. It's not a part of me to care about fantasy like that. I'll give up my $30 at the end of the year and be like, all right, whatever.
I essentially just donate $30 every year, though.
We have so much on the line here on the show too. Leroy and I get so many bets. We already have a bet.
True.
Loser has to dress like a penguin.
So you didn't get involved in Solana's fantasy league?
No. Nope.
Wow, and I got so much hate for that.
Why? Because you didn't want to be in it?
I never answered.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
So strange. Why would I be so angry at you about that?
They take it seriously, dude.
No, I thought I was doing everybody a favor. I'd be like, give this to somebody else. Somebody cares about fantasy more than I do, and will care about it. Because once I get to like week 6, I'm gonna forget, and you guys are gonna get mad at me.
I don't think you waited till week 6 last year. If I'm not.
When did the bye week start? Whenever the bye week start, that's when people get mad at you.
You set your lineup week 1, and I don't think you ever changed.
I know I got made fun of for taking Tyreek Hill first, and that was a good move because he was amazing.
Yeah, don't you hate when like I had my team name, because I do one with like my people I grew up with. I lose every year. I don't care. I just like coming up with funny team names. I had Tyreek ready to go. I forgot about the draft. They auto drafted. Now I have Cooper Kupp.
Oh,
I have no
hamstrings don't even work.
Right, it's the worst. That's why I can't do fantasy, man. Just there's so many variables. It's all right though. We'll get it together. I wish you could draft coaches. I'd get McDaniel every year.
What would you get? Like, what were these fantasy points? Words?
Press conference points.
Mike McDaniel, PPW. Point per word.
Ooh, leading the league.
He would kill. I mean, nobody would come even close. Do you have a little bit more McDaniel on this upcoming matchup this week? Because he was asked a lot about that Chargers game last year where they kind of got bottled up by them. And this is why he thinks LA had success against their offense last year.
It wasn't like they reinvented defense. It was more that their guys understood their issues in each individual coverage and really played in a competitive spirit. I thought there was a lot of 50-50 balls that went the way of the Chargers last year. And I just really thought overall that the team itself took that game with seriousness, and you could see a unit that was well coached and well schooled at the opposing team's offense in this case. So I just thought they were very competitive and did a very good job challenging things that we were trying to do that particular game.
I agree with that. I just felt like you felt like in that matchup last year, like they wanted it more. Like, I know it sounds stupid and it sounds like, oh, but like it really felt like the Dolphins in a weird way arrogantly rolled into that game thinking, all right, we had a bad game against the 49ers. Not going to happen again, dude. And they got smoked. They got worked by the Chargers, and still perplexing. And look, Chargers ended up finishing with more wins than the Dolphins last year. But at that time, when that game came in, they were like losing 3 out of 4. I think their one win was like against the Cardinals. They were not playing good football, and the Dolphins were riding high off a win streak, and then it just lost. You were out there on the West Coast, and just went to this lull, man. It was just, which is why I think a lot of, Mike McDaniel's looking at this year, and they're thinking about how can they diversify their offense a little bit more. You have, I think, in his mind, what's going to be a bigger commitment to the run game. And that won't have you so easily figured out by the time you get to this point in the season. If a team does play a little bit more physical, you got a plan B to go to. And they were running the ball better by the end of last year, but I think it's something they probably want to establish right off the bat, because you don't want to be in a place where, like, if your plan A or your fastball is not working, you don't have another pitch to go to. And I think for the Dolphins, look, you're going to go to Tyreek Hill and you're going to go to Jalen Waddle a ton still. I think it would be stupid not to. Those guys are amazing. But if for whatever reason somebody's being hampered a little bit in a game or somebody's getting out muscled in the game, you need something else to rely on. And the Dolphins didn't have that. Once it was not Tyreek Hill and not Jalen Waddle, where do you go to? And you can talk about 50-50 balls, but like the Dolphins had like a 10-90 ball go their way, and Tyreek Hill was somehow able to turn it into a touchdown in that game. I still don't understand it, but he was able to do that.
That was amazing, dude.
He's amazing. Yep. He's amazing. And even on the days where like the Dolphins sometimes didn't have it all together, it still was almost good enough to pull some stuff out. They just couldn't get those Chargers off the damn field, you know? Mike and their big three, that was the other thing. I don't think anybody really looks at the Chargers and looks at their offensive weapons. I think most teams would take Herbert over Tua, whatever that debate is. But I think most pundits would, but nobody would take their receivers over the Dolphins receivers, even though the receivers are good. Like Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, they're good. They're really, really solid. And honestly, for the years leading into this, that was the thing that was always the argument with Tua. It's like, well, Tua doesn't have the weapons. Justin Herbert comes in the league with Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. I know Mike Williams gets hurt a lot, but those guys, he's a moose, very, very talented, and then had Austin Eckler also. The running game, this whole running back by committee thing, and mostly leaning on Raheem Mostert because you have Jeff Wilson who's going to be banged up. You're going with hopefully a healthier Devon Achane, Savon Ahmed, Chris Brooks, see what he can do for you. But they got a guy. Like they got a guy who you definitely can rely upon in Austin Eckler, who also was good against them last year. So all of their guys showed up, and the Dolphins need to in a big, big way to get this thing off to the right foot because, yeah, there was a sour taste from that game last year. You can't convince me otherwise. They could put as many words as they want to in last year and act like this game is past them or whatever. Fine, it's past you. But what the hell happened last year in that matchup, and how the hell can you fix it to get this season off to the right foot? We'll take a quick break. Marcos?
Yes.
All right, mix it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ricky Williams scheduled to join us at the top of next hour. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Leroy is out today. He'll be back tomorrow, everybody. But he is giving away Marlins tickets when the Mets are at Lone Depot Park on Tuesday, September 19th. If you guys want to win, keep listening to us for details. Marcos, can you clarify, do I have an extra pair of tickets to give away, or did we give away our only pair for today?
Technically, we only have one pair for today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we will continue our giveaways tomorrow. I apologize, everybody. I was given the wrong information.
You liar!
I was told I was not a liar. I was told that we had two pairs for today.
Fix it.
Fix it, Glenn.
Okay.
At least they fixed the door.
Oh, he did. Shout out to Steph.
Shout
He got
out
the
to
door
Steph.
fixed.
Nice. Our IT game. That's great.
Yeah,
Okay.
well done.
Right, a
Ticket was fulfilled.
Look at that.
So we will give away another pair of tickets to Marlins and Mets tomorrow. Tomorrow. Can we get a weather update from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm? YourAccentAttorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE. Leroy's not here. He normally goes to the Windowplex, so I guess we'll just.
Asking for weather.
All of
it
us
is,
as a family.
Well, what is the weather out there, Marcos? Oh, JFig, you got
JFig's closest to the Windowplex.
What do you see, JFig?
I see very limited amount of clouds.
What is that?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
The clouds are mostly on the west side. The east looks
Ooh.
very clear.
Okay.
Possibly no chances of rain, and it's possibly 92 degrees outside.
All right. I like this. Love the confidence.
About 20 miles.
Ooh.
Okay, 15 miles per hour of wind.
All right. What direction is it coming from?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Too much, Marcos. You got
That's a lot of information.
got two
I
and
don't play
deep.
golf, but I am a boater.
Oh,
She is a boater.
Yeah, nice. Not too far off.
How'd you do, Marcos?
90 degrees outside. Winds 11 miles per hour. Not too
close.
far
I
from
said
15. Yeah. Coming out of the east. And a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. She said it's possible to happen, so it's possible.
Look
It was possible that
She's
I
a
was
boater.
Okay, but I'm a boater.
Let's mix things up here, Marcos.
Let us do it. All righty then. Time now for a new era. A new era has begun. In sports debate television.
Oh.
Monday, Labor Day, marked the return of Shannon Sharpe to our televisions as he made his debut on First Take with Stephen A. Smith. Problem is, both of these guys share an X, and he kept bringing up the X.
Yes, because if you think about it, the Lions were picked to win that division. Skip this. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's all right. It's all right.
Stephen A.
Yeah.
You know what, Skip?
Skip. It's okay. It's okay.
It's been 7 years.
It's
Stephen A.
right. I got you.
Slamming the table and stuff, dude.
Stephen A. wore a name tag today on his show.
It's okay. It's okay.
He was
You
very
never bring up
understanding.
He
the
probably
X.
thought to himself, just don't say Skip. Don't say
Just
Skip.
don't
say Skip. I remember how many times when we started over here was I giving out the 790 number?
Oh, yeah.
Like, did I
So
do that for 3 straight months?
Yeah, so often. Sometimes you still may give it out.
Sometimes.
Wow, Leroy's being a little show pony.
Why?
He said that weather report was terrible.
Oh,
But you know what? You're not here, okay?
Okay,
Wow.
Leroy.
I did what I could.
Jesus. Backseat weather reporting.
How about that? He doesn't think
Should have
that's.
called in instead.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, we can't get him live on the scene.
If he's having an off day, let him have an off day. you know?
Yeah.
And don't say it was
And
terrible.
don't criticize a report. Sticking in the mixed bag. Guys, ready for the next
How
thing?
many times do you think he's going to still do that, though? Because I don't think just because of a name tag, I don't think that's going to make things go away. I do.
About
think
2 weeks.
I was going to say at least a week.
Couple weeks.
2 weeks is good.
All right. All right.
It was like a part of his. Sometimes I don't even know.
It was like everybody's like, like that's anybody who did an impression of Shannon Sharpe, they were doing the skip. Like it's part of the
skip.
Yeah, it's part of the vernacular when it comes to that. So I think it is going to take a little bit for him to get out of that whole, I don't know, habit.
It's a little weird though. It's like if two exes of the same person ended up becoming a couple, and then like one of them brings up the ex. It's like, oh.
You just get used to it as a broadcaster. You kind of get lazy on stuff, It becomes like it's called like a verbal crutch. We all have them. I
Well,
mean,
it's also kind of like when we moved
how many
from
times do I
790 to 560.
Yeah,
How many times do
yeah, we were doing that, but even like just if I wouldn't know what to do if I didn't do a show. If I left and like I didn't, what would I do? Not starting a show going leave. I wouldn't even feel normal. Feel weird.
True.
You know.
Next host.
Well, who would Leroy call jackass?
True. Can't just do that everywhere.
You can't.
Not everyone's a jackass.
You can't. What else is in the mixed bag, Marcos?
Let's get some dolphin sound in there, if you'd allow me. Jevon Holland, the snowman. Recently he was discussing his alma mater, Oregon, who put up a whopping 81 points this weekend. Did you see that?
Yes.
That was impressive. What was even more impressive to him, though, was a mascot, Puddles. JFig, are you familiar with what this mascot's duty is following every Oregon touchdown?
No, tell me.
He must do push-ups
Hmm.
based off how many points they have on the scoreboard.
Man.
Hmm.
If you can imagine, they score a touchdown, that's 7 straight push-ups, 2 touchdowns, 14 straight push-ups. But technically that's 21, because you've already done. Long story short, after 81
add it all up.
You add it all up. Puddles put up 550 push-ups during one game, which, according to Jevon Holland, was more impressive than the score himself.
What's more impressive, Oregon putting up 81 or Puddles getting, I think it was 550 push-ups on Saturday?
Puddles, 100%. Portland State's whatever. But Puddles doing that many push-ups, I don't know who that guy is in there, but he's off the juice for sure. No, definitely.
Shout out to Puddles.
Shout out.
You don't believe him though.
I like his name, but he's a bird, so.
So hold on.
Oh,
Like that.
Well, that's fair.
JFig maybe.
I don't know if you want to mess with this one. JFig seems quite swole. You don't believe this, Marcos?
I can do that many push-ups.
I don't think he's that
You can't do
Of course
554
I can. In my
push-ups.
sleep, I can.
Out of here.
Oh, I would be impressed if he did 50, because 50 is a lot. I think one time we did like 25 in a row. I was winded.
81 push-ups in a row is crazy. He's got to do 81 straight. That's a lot. The fact that he would, but like then you add on top of it that he had to do 74 before that. It's a lot of push-ups, dude. So he's probably got to be able to bang out 100 at all times.
For sure, but I mean, he's not doing them, so it's fine.
What do you mean he's not doing
Let
them?
me tell you, there's one of two things that went on there. Halftime happened. He said, listen, I've already done 222 push-ups. One of these geeks, give me your flute. And you put on this little mask.
So let me get this
here.
straight.
Yeah.
You're claiming there's multiple Puddles doing
Yeah,
the push-ups?
I think
you don't buy it.
He tagged in at a certain point. How do you know? How could we ever confirm? For all I know, there could be mechanical arms there. So
Mechanical arms?
Something is fishy about 500, because that's a weighted suit as well. Now we're putting weight on top of body weight. What is this? A strong? Why is
And
he not
heat.
on the football team?
And heat.
Real
And
SDI
he's-
says whoever asked that question should lose their media credentials. I've noticed SDI loves to revoke credentials for questions. Nobody can have fun at a press conference according to SDI.
He's going around just taking
Completely fair question. You can't ask about the alma mater, about Puddles putting up a lot of That's a lot of push-ups, dude.
By the way, poor Portland State just really getting a
Yeah,
shot there.
he's right though. It is
There's
Portland State.
12 puddles.
Look at that. Puddles
There's-
galore.
What is that? No. What do you mean there's 12
Puddles
Puddles?
galore.
Well, I don't know. I was reading a comment on Twitch.
Divide that by 550. Each one of them does like 12 push-ups.
But a lot of those gymnasts are in very, very good shape, or those cheerleaders are in very good shape. So like,
Yeah. You're right. So it's
That court.
probably a cheerleader. That's probably best. Yeah, he probably switched it because a band nerd. Can
no,
only do
I'm
so many
sure.
push-ups.
I think
Banner?
Yeah.
a lot of
Take it back.
no. A lot of mascots in college like are cheerleaders. Like they are male cheerleaders most of the time, I think.
Huh.
And like they could do gymnastics and all kinds of crazy things.
Are you sure?
Yeah, dude. What do you think? It's just some schlup. Like when my buddy was Bucky, like they would just ask us, "Hey, can somebody be Bucky?"
Yes.
But we weren't skilled to be able to do things.
Ruin the
That's why when my buddy was Bucky, he just took his pants down and mooned everybody with feathers at the Berry cafeteria.
I'm here.
That's what would happen. But like you're not at Berry on scholarship. I'm pretty sure people like will go and get scholarships for being mascots.
What? Wasn't
I think.
Sebastian like
Definitely.
one guy? Wasn't there like one Sebastian?
Yeah, it
He
used
got
to be
arrested.
the John Ruth. Yeah, the
Yeah.
OG Sebastian.
For sure. So that guy, if he took off the helmet and it's like, look, John Ruth here, he did the push-ups, I'd be like, for sure. This guy, he never showed his face either. I don't even know anything about this. There's no way he did that.
All right. What else is in the mix bag?
We're going to stick in the realm of Dolphins football players. Christian Wilkins, the topic of a lot of our
He's
episodes last week. Already said he wasn't going to make a stink.
Though it has been nice not having a Christian Wilkins conversation. We'll be honest.
Yeah, he already put it to bed. which is the opposite of what Xavier Howard wanted him to do. But, it's fine. He put all the rumors and reports to rest. Now he's focused on the season. Christian Wilkins says that he's excited, but not just to play football. He's excited to see Tua this year display all these newly acquired characteristics and abilities.
I don't want to completely speak for him, but I will say, I just see another year of growth for Tua. Just confidence, understanding the offensive system and the scheme, and taking more command and control of the offense, and just grows every year as a leader. You just see the growth constantly. So I feel like he's always attacking each day, ready to improve, and I've been able to see the results. So,
all right, there you go. A couple captains giving some respect to one another.
By the way, did you see what Deion Sanders does with his team? No captains.
No captains. What is he does? He does L's and D's.
Yeah, leaders and dogs.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool. Although I saw an L.
How's everyone gonna not want to play for Deion Sanders? I'm sorry.
I want to play for Deion, although I can't.
Well, no, I know, but I mean, like, that looks like great fun. Leaders and dogs. I mean, I don't know how much he's, like, you got to think. How much is he going to stick it at Colorado, right? Like, I don't know.
Not. I understand
how long
why
until the
he did
SEC
but...
comes a knocking.
I mean, look, he's gonna achieve his goal, which is establishing legitimacy amongst his coaching career, and more power to him, man. More power to him. Just stay out of his way. I'll tell you what. And don't write anything bad about him. He'll remember.
I like that, though. You know what?
Keeping
I like the fact that he's keeping petty receipts.
Yeah, I'll give him credit for that. Speaking of Mr. Sanders, I know we heard a little bit of him earlier about the receipts that he's kept. Now, this is another one that he may try to cash a little bit later. A check that he may try to cash later. Travis Hunter, one of his players, he's already calling him for Heisman over the obnoxiously pushed Caleb Williams. This is what Deion Sanders had to say about his two-way cornerback, which I believe had over 100 yards receiving and an interception.
It was insane.
In the same game.
I try to tell you, but you ain't want to believe me because I'm just a lofty old young coach. I don't know nothing about football. I just played in the NFL for 14, played at a high level in college before, and been coaching youth all the way up for a long time. How do you think we got Dylan Edwards? I coached him when he was 47 years old. That's why we got Dylan Edwards. So Travis is him, like the young folks say. Travis is it. I really think, I always promote all my kids. I really think we got a couple guys that should be front runners for the Heisman right now. That's how I feel. And I want to promote my kids at all costs. We got a couple of them that, who did that? Who did what they did today?
He's not wrong.
You think that's possible? You think someone out of Colorado is going to win it over one of the coveted schools?
If a kid is going out there and he is making that much, first of all, that interception that he had was sick.
That was
sick, and he's throwing up 100. Yeah, that's like Ohtani stuff, dude. Like that's crazy. Of course you gotta talk about that guy for the Heisman. Like remember how it was almost controversial a couple of years ago with like Devontae Smith winning it because it always goes to a damn quarterback. And I'm with you. Yeah, it's Caleb Williams is going to get all the accolades. They're going to have a head-to-head matchup coming on up, but I mean that's so cool what he's doing. The fact and Evan 11 says that dude can't keep that up. Maybe not, but like, I mean, it was awesome. It is awesome. That and if you're not having fun after that, I don't know what to tell you. You hate fun. Ricky Williams, he's fun. Yeah. Ricky Williams is fun. It's always fun when Ricky Williams joins the show. Scheduled to hop on with us next.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Taking you up until 2 o'clock here. Leroy out today. He'll be back tomorrow. Wow, the door's on. It's JFig. I like when JFig runs and then the robot cam just follows. We're streaming live, by the way, on YouTube and Twitch. Miami 560 WQAM. Let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Oh, thank you, JFig. I appreciate that. By the way, I haven't mentioned the Pinks back in the win column this week. A lot of stars wanted to go watch Messi this week beat LAFC 3-1. So they're back to their winning ways after their 0-0 draw. Who knew? Messi, you thought you were going to keep Messi down. That wasn't going to happen for a while. You know?
No way.
No way, dude.
Even
no
with all those
way.
stars that wanted to show up.
Yep. I mean, like, it's crazy, man. The kind of buzz that he is that he's created. It's been a wild thing to see. But anyway, let's go out to the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop hundreds of Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms. The Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. Always love talking to this guy when he makes time for our program. The great Ricky Williams hopping on with us here. Ricky, how you doing, man? Is everything good?
Everything's wonderful. Yeah.
Have you had any interest in Messi? Are you a soccer guy at all? Like, this is really sweeping the nation over here in South Florida.
I mean, I'm fascinated with sports in general, and obviously with wonderful athletes, and so it's great to see the international game, make a big splash here in the U.S. So it's fun to watch the hoopla around it all.
It's a lot of hoopla, dude. I guess I just didn't fathom. I knew soccer, obviously, the most popular sport in the world. I didn't realize, like, whoo, they're crazy about this dude, Ricky. They're insane about it.
It's like Michael Jordan. It's like the Michael Jordan of football. It's wonderful.
It's a wild thing, man. I want to ask you about this because you are into the stars and astrology, and my producer Jennifer alerted me today on the show that they have apparently discovered a planet twice as big as Earth and possibly covered by ocean. How much would Ricky Williams be into intergalactic travel? Like, was that something that really interests you? Like, if you had the opportunity, if it wasn't a huge task, would you want to go check out another planet? Would you be into seeing other life forms? Where is your interest in this?
May I add, though, that
You
this
know,
Earth
please.
is sorry, not the Earth, but like this planet is filled with water. It is just ocean, as you can see there.
If the opportunity came my way, I would say, well, this isn't coming my way for me to say no to. And so if it showed up in my lap, I'd have to say yes, just because it showed up in my lap.
Well, like, do you think, what is your thoughts on, though? Like, do you feel like you'd want to know, are they nice? Are we, like, I don't even know, like, how we would go about invading. Can we show up on the door? Is that cool to go to another planet? Like, what have you given thought to on this with the idea of other life forms and what our relationships would be like with them?
Yeah, it's kind of the same answer. I think if something inside of us made us go look for it and we found something, it's probably because there needs to be some exchange, some interchange. So I would just have faith that if we're aware of these people and we're aware of these other entities, that it means we're supposed to engage with them.
Talking to Ricky Williams. Now, Ricky, we got the football season on is coming up this week. You're going to be in Phoenix for a couple of events this week. Can you tell us a little bit about what you got coming up?
Yeah, so as cannabis is becoming more mainstream, my brand Heisman has seen a lot of opportunities to really get the word out, and so we're partnering with the Consumption Lounge in Tempe, and where you can come, consume, hang out, and watch all the football games. And to me, it's mind blowing that when I was playing football, I got in so much trouble for this, and now we can all come together, celebrate, and enjoy the sport we love. So I'm excited to be there and come hang out with people and watch them. To me, the first week of football season is always the most exciting because there's so many question marks and there's so much hype. You get to see what's real. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. I don't remember a Dolphin season in a while that has been this. Like, the fans are crazed for this year, Ricky, because of obviously how fun the offense was and Tua and all that. As a former Dolphin, like, do you sense that hype at all from fans? Like how exciting this season could be from them between Tua coming back and Tyreek and Jalen Waddle and what that offense could be?
Well, here's the thing. Like I was saying, in the beginning of the season, there's always hype, right? And some teams, they have to use some fans, they have to use their imagination to create the hype. But I think what the Dolphins did last year, there's real justification for the hype. And so, of course, I think it's been a long time since Dolphin fans have had a reason to be excited about coming into a season like this.
You when you took your break away from football, was there any like apprehension on what it physically was going to feel like again, or did you did you feel like it was going to be business as usual? Because Tua, his season comes to an end with the concussions and all that stuff. There's a lot of wondering, am I going to come back? Now he's taking his steps to do some jujitsu, but like when the games are real, like when you came back, was there any apprehension? Do you feel like there's going to be from him about what the physical feel of the game is going to be like?
Yeah, it was a little bit later in my career, and I think I play a different position where it's all about contact. But my mentality, and it's harder when you're a quarterback, but my mentality was be the hammer, not the nail. And as quarterback, you're kind of always going to be the nail. And so I think the best thing that he could have done for himself is do something to make himself feel confident that he's stronger and he's in a better position to be able to deal with being a quarterback. Because it's really a mental thing, regardless of what happens, he needs to be 100% focused on winning, not on protecting himself from something bad happening.
Did you find like that when you got into like meditation and all that type of stuff, like later in your career, did you find like that made you a better player? Or did you just feel like you went into a game better handling of that type of stuff?
Yeah, the biggest thing for me with meditation is it helped my body recover faster. But both just the relaxation and when you're in a relaxed state, the body can do what it does better. But also mentally, when your mind is clear, again, you're not using resources worrying about things, and so you have more resources for your body to recover. And also you're clear. And I think that my reaction time was a little bit faster. And I think staying healthy and getting injured, it really is a split second. And so I definitely think my meditation practice helped me stay healthy and recover faster.
Because I'm like wondering with him doing jujitsu, I was like that, just having that extra mental preparation of having something just, I guess, also in your back pocket. I don't know if it's going to work in games or not, but I feel like it can't hurt the idea that he feels like, hey, I've done everything I can, and I've even gone outside of football to try and prepare myself more. And so I'm hoping that makes him even feel mentally more comfortable going into this year.
I mean, the reality of it is, what other choice did he have? He had to do something, because if he didn't do something about the status quo, everyone is going to be nervous and afraid that something's going to happen. So at least now the conversation isn't so much about what everyone's afraid of. It's about what he's done to make sure that he's in a better position to succeed.
What, Ricky, what have you thought about the whole running back thing? It feels like it becomes a bigger, earlier thing every single off season of guys not getting valued. And we obviously kind of saw that in a lot of ways with the Dolphins because they were rumored to get Dalvin Cook, and then they were in the Jonathan Taylor rumors. But, man, Jonathan Taylor's young and awesome, and his team seems like they have no interest in giving him long-term commitments. How have you been seeing all of this, the idea that teams are going even earlier of not committing to running backs and giving them long-term security?
Yeah, well, because it's not realistic that you're going to get security from a running back long term. The numbers show actually the opposite, that eventually they're going to get hurt. So and I experienced this firsthand. So my second year in New Orleans, Jim Haslett came in. Coach Ditka was fired after the first year, and Coach Haslett and we built our offense around me running the ball. And we got to week 10. We'd won 6 games in a row. We were on our way to the playoffs, and I break my ankle. And I could see the look on Coach Haslett's face when the doctor told him my ankle was broken. It was like his soul was broken. Because so much of what we built our offense on, our team on, was running the ball and playing good defense. And with me being gone 6 to 8 weeks, right? So the reality is running back is such a difficult position. It's hard to stay healthy. And so if you're asking to make this huge investment, it's rough. And from the running back's position, we want to do all we can do and give everything we want. But if we do that, there's a good chance we might get hurt. And so it's a really difficult position. But I think if people are realistic about what's going on, they'll come up with a solution. Maybe making sure that big time running back get paid more earlier in their career, and they're okay with the 1 year big contracts because that's more realistic. I mean, for me, when I was a running back, if I'd have been franchised, hell yeah, I'll take that.
You'll take the 10 million or the 11.
Hell yeah, as a running back, because you don't know.
Do you feel like, because you were, such an amazing, obviously in college as well, do you think there's going to be any apprehension from young star running backs because it is such an important part of the game? But, do you think there'd be a way at the collegiate level that they'll be taken care of more or in a smarter way going into the pros, I guess on mileage or things like that? Is there a path in that way?
I think so. I think that's a really insightful way to look at it. I think you have to just change how you think of running backs, and instead of thinking of running backs are people that we beat up, they're a very strategic piece in the chess game. And I think it's going to force the running back position to evolve. I think Bijan is a great example. He's a running back, but he's going to play in the slot a little bit. Might even play as the H-back a little bit. They're going to do a lot of different things with them because the beauty of the running back position, at least the way I idealize it in my mind, is it's the most versatile player on the team. They can block, they can catch, they can run, they can do a lot of different things. So it's kind of like the queen in chess. And I think if the shift moves in that direction, then I think we'll see that position evolve a little bit.
Rick, I don't know if you saw, but during the playoffs last year, Mike McDaniel was accused of vaping on the sidelines. It was so cold in Buffalo that people had thought, is he vaping? Because I think people hear the way Mike McDaniel speaks, they think, I could see Mike McDaniel being a guy who would vape on the sidelines. What would Ricky Williams think of a coach that would vape on the sidelines? He seems like a very innovative guy, and all the things like that. I could definitely base on Mike McDaniel's personality. He's not the typical stuck-up coach. Would you have liked a coach that was that open to that?
Well, it's some people might not see it as being the same thing, but when I played for Coach Saban, he always had a big ass dip in, and oh my god!
Was he walking around with the solo?
I don't know if it was dip. I don't know if it was dip or if it was true, but he always had something. He was always on something. So to me, it's just I would respect the coach because the coach is being real, and coaches have to be creative and they have a whole lot of stress. So if they're not dipping or they're not vaping, they go home, they're pounding something. It's just the nature. It's just the nature of a high stress job. Is you need some help in relieving all that pressure.
Especially if you're I made you just looking at the same thing all over. You would want to open your mind a little bit to some different things. It's especially if you're trying to create plays and things like that. I feel like Mike McDaniel, because I know Mike McDaniel's immediately got to be like, no, that's not what happened. But what if it was? I feel like that would be. I feel like people would. There'll definitely be some people who would their stigma's still there, Ricky. But I do feel like it is different than it was obviously when you were, people were getting so mad at you for the way it was back then. It's different now on some level, yeah.
Hell yeah! I mean, I think this is actually an opportunity. I mean, I have a cannabis company. I'd sponsor him. I'd take care of him.
Nice.
Seriously, because it's a great message. You're in a high stress situation. You have to make decisions. If you find the right Heisman vape, you'll be good.
How else are you
take your team to the playoffs?
The wide receiver should run the ball this time.
Yeah, exactly. See.
So Ricky, you got your events coming up in Tempe this weekend. What do you when watching the games together with the fans? What is that experience like with you now? How much do you enjoy that stuff?
I love it. I think sometimes it's not so great for the fans because I get really focused on the game, and someone's trying to talk to me when I'm watching a 3rd and 6 and seeing what the team is going to do. I won't be rude, but I might be a little like wait until the play's over. No, but it's great. It's great. I love talking to fans, and I love being able to answer their questions in real time because I'm a student of the game, and anytime I can share my knowledge of football with other people and help them really appreciate the game, I always love that opportunity.
I get what it's like that. My co-host Leroy's out today, but it's the same thing when I'm watching a game with him. He sees it on a level, and it's almost like when he's speaking it to me, it's like I need Rosetta Stone. I don't understand what you guys see things in a completely different way. I'm just like, oh, how come you guys didn't run it that time?
Oh, football.
Just a dumb way about it, Ricky. But before we get you out of here, Ricky, Zach Thomas went into the Hall of Fame recently. Your time with him, you have memories of Zach Thomas. What's something that just stuck out about him in his career with you?
My first memory, and I think it's the one that sticks out the most, was my freshman year at Texas. And Zach was a senior at Tech. And they had a really good team and a really good defense. And as a freshman fullback, it was my job to block him. And so I just remember it was one of my first challenges as a young football player. And we destroyed him. But in the NFL, being able to watch him week in and week out and his preparation and his grit and his intelligence and one of the best pure football players I ever saw. I was very lucky in Miami to play with the guys on that defense. It was really cool.
Ricky, we always appreciate the time, man. Thanks so much for giving us some time, and best of luck with everything going on with Heisman and your events this weekend. And Tempe, if you guys are out there, Dolph fans want to go check out Ricky Williams, go check him on out. And thanks for the time, Ricky. Take care.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
There you go. Ricky Williams. Always appreciate that. We'll take a quick break. Back with more after this. right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you.
I love this song.
Guitar Hero. Oh, so good.
Who's his heart?
Yep.
This is indeed
Barracuda?
Oh, Barracuda.
It's not Barracuda. Is this Barracuda?
Yeah, right? Now you have me question. There you go. That was better than mine. I don't do good impressions. Let me just say that. None of my impressions have been spot on.
No, what are you talking about, dude? Do the Godfather.
Now do Leroy.
Can I tell you something? That's my Leroy. That's my Leroy right there.
Oh, man.
Let me tell you.
Dade South says that Marcos would fit right in on a water planet.
I saw that.
It's not wrong.
Damn, that's so good.
Honestly, it looks very pretty.
I gotta say, I was disappointed in you personally.
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
We got a Heisman Trophy winner, an entrepreneur, one of the greatest athletes in South Florida sports history. The first question you're gonna hit him off the back is, would he join this hypothetical planet JFig maybe made up before?
Yeah, but I know that.
I didn't make it up. Okay,
Well, hold
I have
on.
pictures for this.
You don't think that? I feel like I thought that he was going to be like more into it than he was, because he's into the stars and things like that. Like they're always like.
You kind of caught me off guard when you.
But he was so in, like he was so like.
But he's just like, if it presented
Yeah,
itself,
if it came to me, of course, it's an opportunity you can't pass up.
Can't pass. He's right. You
Which
can't.
is very deep.
It's a fair point. I just thought he was going to be like,
what? There's a planet? That's
no, not like
crazy.
I thought like he's probably thought much about the intergalactic thing. Listen, at least I didn't ask him, hey, have you ever been as high as Jim Irsay thinking about moving a whale?
Okay. Which he probably would have been like, maybe.
Do you think Lolita was an accident?
Oh, look, dude, I still have my suspicions. That's another story for another day, JFig, but I do have my suspicions. That's for sure. That is for sure. Hey, by the way, we got your chance to win tickets to see comedian Stavros Halkias. And he is coming to the Broward Center on November 11th. To enter this contest, text the word comedy to 20357. That's comedy to 20357, and you're entered. If you don't win and you still want to go, more info is available at browardcenter.org/events. It's a text contest. Message and data rates may apply.
Stavros, he is on the Mount Rushmore of Greek celebrities.
Real? Is he really Greek, or is he just like of Greek heritage?
No, he's really Greek.
Because he's not more Greek than Christos.
Christos is number 4 on the list.
Oh, wow.
Behind Giannis and John Stamos. Of course.
Oh, man. Christos has to be loving what's going on right now.
Christos is having the
He
time
is
of his
boots
life.
on the ground. I saw him talking to Shea Gildress-Alexander. Got this guy. I think it's so who's left? I think it's Canada, Slovenia, America, and Serbia.
Luke is not participating, is he?
No, he is.
He is. That's not fair.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
Why? He's Luka?
So good.
He is good. He is. There's no doubt about that. Like Slovenia. See, here's the thing: when you're an international star, you always got to play. I guess Jokic didn't play. Jokic was just like,
oh yeah, no, he's had enough.
Gotta
see my horse.
Big for Olympics. Good luck though. You have almost me, Jovic.
Okay, almost me.
There's 2 Jovic's in the starting lineup, by the way.
Confusing.
There's Nikola Jovic, and then there's Stefan Jovic.
Huh.
Yep.
No relation though.
Nah, I don't think so.
You know what? As a guy who comes from a very basic Hispanic name, I understand that sometimes people just have the same name.
It just happens, dude.
You search Marcos Gonzalez, good luck finding me.
It happens, dude. Yeah, you're almost anonymous.
All right. I'm trying
Anonymous?
to find there's a guy on the Philippine national team in this FIBA World Cup that apparently has an amazing vert. That they call Air Abanando. And whatever, that's his last name. It's less about the dunks that he's doing and more like, imagine if you saw Manny Pacquiao doing like a 360 dunk. It'd be like, wow, this is amazing. I don't think I've ever seen this.
I can see that though. Manny Pacquiao has really great calves. It's like a thing that's known about Manny Pacquiao. Great calves. And that's where his burst comes from. A lot of people say his power, the reason that he shocks people, is because he's got that bounce in and out with the calves.
Makes sense.
Yep.
It makes sense. I think I do remember you mentioning that he has tree trunk calves.
Tree trunk calves, dude. Tree trunk. That's like the last guy I really want to interview is Manny Pacquiao. I got to do Freddie Roach in Vegas. That was a bucket list.
That was. I felt happy that you got to.
Yeah, that was really cool. But if I actually got to interview Manny, that'd be goosies.
That's fair.
Did you? I was reading this article this weekend. I wish I could. Who the hell? Actually sent it to me. It was Coach Fiorentino sent me the article.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, you got to check this out on Coach Spo." It was.
I mean, I'll take credit. If you don't know who it was, you can just say it was me.
Nope, don't want to do that.
Okay,
that's rude.
You are an insider.
I'm
an NFL insider.
What the hell
JFig.
did
I
I do
have a
with
black
this?
book, by the way. I got a black book
We,
email.
we all got that. Len just sent it to us.
I don't like to reveal my sources.
Who wrote this article on Spo?
Shout out to Fiorentino sending you articles and not just chastising you for your crazy tweets, also helping you become a better journalist.
That was Ron Rothstein who chastised me for my tweets.
Sorry.
I think Tony Fiorentino likes my crazy tweets.
Oh, okay.
It says Erik Spoelstra, the NBA legend who looks like me, and it's from
Cool.
Annika Kanizia from The Game is the name of the article. But it goes into like Spo's connection. Obviously, his mother's Filipino, so he's this being in Manila has an extra special sentiment to him. But Spo is actually going to go, like this talks in the article, like he nearly decided not to take the job with the Heat and go play in the Philippines. Like that was his dream, because he's like, I'm not going to be in the NBA, but he really wanted to play in the Philippines professional league, and apparently like had the opportunity, but the other opportunity was to go play for the Heat or to go be in the video room for the Heat. And he chose the Heat. Look at that. But like, what if he didn't? Wow. I mean, what if he didn't?
Wow.
What if he would have chased that dream and he never would have been in the film room, and Pat Riley would have never discovered him? Like, what a crazy what if that would have been.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good one. I'll tweet it out so you guys can check it out. But it was a really good article with Spo's diving into Spo's heritage and
Who
how
do you
much
think
this means to him.
Compare him to a player. Who would he have been?
Who would he? What do you mean? I don't
Like-
know. I never saw him play.
No, I need it.
I don't
need to
know.
know. Come on.
I
man.
don't
Do
know.
something. Do you think he would have been like John Morant? Look at that.
Spo?
Spo.
Yes,
Bouncing.
I do think he would have been John Morant.
He's got the bounce, dude.
I think he would have been the John Morant of the Filipino league. Yes.
You know who I believe did all those push-ups? Spo.
I actually do believe that.
More than Puddles.
Spo's got a build for push-ups. He's got a lean muscle build for push-ups.
Culture.
Yep, culture, dude. Culture. Better than this Steve Kerr. He needs a wake-up call so he can go beat Italy. Get out of here. Spo, there would have been no wake-up call. I mean, technically there was a wake-up call last year with the Hawks play-in game, but like, it's not Spo's fault. Like, he was already woken up. Remember how crazy he was? We tipped this up now.
Yeah.
Now. That guy, I mean, he was a maniac last year. A beautiful maniac.
Can you explain to me, do we have a chance of winning gold or winning the World Cup still? Because I know we lost, but like, is it like one loss in like?
Yeah, that
like
was
college
that.
football?
But they had won every other game. Like that didn't matter. I think that just messed with like seeding right now.
Oh,
But
okay.
no, they're still on. Yeah, they're
Oh,
still in
man.
line to win this thing. That
The
was
way
their
they
only
made it
loss.
seem, it was like we'll never have a chance. Like we've embarrassed our country.
I mean, you lost to Lithuania, who got
Wow.
smoked by Serbia. I mean, Lithuania. Who do they got? They don't even have Porzingis right now.
You see that tweet LaMelo Ball had tweeted out saying, "I think I played with that guy," and it's true
because he played with. Did he play with?
Yeah,
Lithuania?
he played in Lithuania, and
I remember playing in Australia.
He also played in Australia. Yeah, very young.
Yeah, didn't they like make up the league in Lithuania for him?
Yeah,
that's amazing. Really. Hey, listen, you can't knock LeVar Ball. His antics, as much as you want to make fun of him, they worked.
Yeah,
they
for sure.
worked. LaMelo Ball, what was he? Number 2 pick, number 3
Yeah,
pick, something
I
like
think
that.
he was number 2.
Whatever. He's built success. Two of his sons, really good.
Why isn't he playing?
Who?
LaMelo. Is he injured
on
or
Team
is
USA?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Has he reached that level? Because Anthony Edwards is pretty good as well, and he still decided to.
He's not better than Anthony Edwards. He's not better than Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards is really good
Because he gets to waltz around there on the Hornets court and just chuck up 40-footers. It's like that's all he's doing.
That's true.
He's just like it kind of just looks like LaMelo Ball when you watch him warm up. He's just gliding through life, dude. He's just like having a good time. We'll play a little all right, oh no to close things out after this.
face.
Okay, Marcos minus
They need
one.
to. They need to make those giant cutouts. You know, how, like the Heat have those at the game. Where it's
Oh,
like
with the head.
giant Jimmy Butler head.
Yeah.
They need at the Inter Miami games now giant Selena Gomez head.
By the way, we were muted.
Wow, dude.
Fix it,
Dude, fixed it.
-1.
Fixed it
Was
already.
it me?
Sorry.
Yes.
It's his fault though.
It is his fault. So my all right was to Inter Miami for winning, regardless of that block from Messi.
Yeah. Still had a couple of assisties though.
For those who couldn't hear, this is how everyone's face should have been.
I'm telling you right now, giant cutouts of Selena Gomez's face.
Love it.
Wow. All over Dry Pink Stadium. Let's go.
Yeah.
First
They
marketing idea for the Pinks.
That's the first one you got. Nice.
That one. The first one's always free. Handsome Becks.
Okay.
First one's honestly
Handsome
they're all
Beck.
free as long as you take my ideas.
Yeah, I was gonna say, start charging them now?
I mean, well, listen, I give a lot of ideas. Michael McCullough's taking none of them. So
Yeah, still working on it.
game ops, dude. I'm about game ops.
Game ops.
Game ops. So we need Selena Gomez shocked face. It was an alt. At least
It was glorious.
if not, we got to make t-shirts out of it. You know, she'll be down for that. Come on.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be part of Messi Mania? Sounds like she's a Pink's lifer.
For sure. She's not a LAFC fan. I mean,
She was
Nobody is.
definitely not going for them. But she's also very known for her facial reactions during games,
Mm.
even in basketball games. Remember that very infamous picture of her next to Justin Bieber?
Was that when they were dating?
Yeah, when they were dating, and she was more
Probably
into
just
the game than
annoyed
he
by him.
was.
Yeah.
I wonder who his new squeeze is.
Stop that.
Sorry.
I wonder her new squeeze is.
Also, his
yeah.
squeeze is his wife. So.
Okay.
I'll tell you, maybe it's a Jordi Alba, you know?
Ooh, there's chemistry.
Maybe
there
it's
for sure.
Busquets.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What else?
Hopefully it's not Tata.
Oh, little old.
Listen, the old love a squeeze.
Okay.
What's your oh no, JFig?
Okay.
My oh no
Mhm.
goes to whoever. Okay, I'm not going to be insensitive here, but Delta Airlines had to stop a flight to Barcelona because somebody had explosive diarrhea. You know what it is?
no!
That you just can't wait to go across a whole ocean.
Woo!
And then out of nowhere, you have to make an unexpected stop
Yeah.
in Atlanta because someone has explosive diarrhea.
I think they deemed it toxic waste.
Toxic waste?
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, there had to be more going on though. Like you can't because you have a toilet there.
I'd be kind of upset.
Crazy. Wow.
What must have happened for them to be alerted? Like it must have been so putrid that by the time it got all because
Actually, they were over Virginia. My bad.
Wow.
the bathroom, like there's like two bathrooms. I've actually like never used a bathroom on a plane. But there's two, I think. There's one in the back, and I think there's one in the front by the pilot. Do you think he got a whiff of what was coming out of there and was like, I need to stop this plane now?
Well, apparently he sounded very calm because
Huh.
he also had to say it through the speakers.
You know what? Maybe it was the pilot.
Interesting. You kind of got to like, don't the astronauts wear diapers? Like, I think as a pilot, you kind of just got to eat it at that point. You better
Ooh.
land that plane.
Yeah, true.
Who cares what kind of stink is in the cockpit?
Yeah, it's isolated.
Marcos, what do you got for all right? Oh no.
My all right, oh no, comes with visual.
starting us off on mute.
Okay, I will take that.
Fix it.
Heard.
No. What do you got? Buddy?
-1.
My all right goes to the number one badass in all of the security world, Messi security guard.
Oh my God. That guy was amazing.
Look at him.
You want to talk about a non-Atlanta Braves security guard? That dude, he was humming it. You don't touch Messi.
Not at all.
You don't touch Messi.
Not without getting a headlock and a punch
That
to the face.
dude,
Really asking for something.
that guy, first of all, that guy can kill you with your bare hands.
Yeah,
all
for
right.
sure.
Second of all, very solid 40 time.
Whoa.
Very solid 40
so
time.
quick. He intercepted that two angles. It's
He
all
was
about the
very
angles.
impressed. Now, do you think that's Messi's security guy, or do you
Oh.
think that is the pink security guy?
Oh no, I think that's Messi.
That's
security
Messi.
guy.
He looks like he can
Yeah.
kill you a lot of ways.
He's like, I need a spot for Tata, Alba, my security guy.
Yep.
And then started bringing in whoever else he wanted.
I think that security guy probably could get a free kick in if he wanted to also.
Look, that guy, I'll tell you what, he is royalty. I know he's a security guard and he's dedicated to his job. That guy is now royalty in South Florida. Whatever he wants, it's on Leroy.
You don't have to send me the vid jukebox. I saw it, dude. That guy was impressive.
Yeah, it was impressive. It really was. It was impressive. So he definitely gets my all.
It really is like you are protecting a rock star. It's not just it's but like
the rock star.
I gotta think that if you're that big a Messi fan, you need to know about this guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, he wants to send me a video of him in the gym. Oh, I will definitely see that jukebox. Send that my way, please. Because I mean, yeah, he definitely looks like he knows.
Isn't he like a not a Navy SEAL or something, but I think he's like retired military as well.
Argentinian SEAL?
Oh, those are rare.
I don't know.
I'm not sure, but nonetheless, he's a murderer.
That guy was amazing. I was so impressed. What's your oh no?
My oh no goes to actually one of my favorite artists. And I think one decent couple months, I'll say, was probably the top artist played on this show and definitely in this building, Doja Cat. Doja Cat gets my oh no.
I do like Doja Cat.
Weren't you singing her songs in the hallway?
Yeah.
Tobin?
I do like Doja Cat. What did she do?
So nothing necessarily that I'm taking personally. Obviously, you have a lot of people who are conspiracy theorists and always are out to find the Illuminati and things.
Yeah, she seems a little weird.
So she's been doing some weird things for sure. Her latest music video that came out a couple days ago, Demon. Have you heard of it?
No.
No.
Okay.
How does it go?
Something Demon. Who knows? I heard it. It's not a bad song. I actually like the song. The video. A lot of critical acclaim. She gets my oh no because I will no longer be able to sleep after seeing the video.
Didn't somebody already make love to the devil though? Like, how weird could it be?
Yeah, okay.
Didn't
But
Lil Nas X do that?
Sure.
And also, what's the guy that sings?
Yeah, Sam Smith did this
Sam
too, right?
Smith,
He
yeah.
came out as the devil.
All right, but this is
Enough of the devil. All right,
happening a lot.
devil's played out.
check out Doja Cat's makeup that she has for this new video.
I don't like it.
This is pretty scary.
I don't like it, dude. She looks like Venom crossed with a goat.
Yeah, it's
probably a
all
hit in
black,
Colorado.
Horns, the red eyes, the sharp teeth, and
Not a fan.
Definitely gonna be on my mind the next time I have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and the lights aren't on.
Go look into a mirror.
Doja Cat maybe.
Does the song bop though?
Song's bop. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Does it match the song?
It does. The production on it is a little bit eerie, more eerie than a hip hop song would be. I did see though another reason why she's in hot water is she admitted that her last two albums, I think it was like Life of Her or something like that, and then the other one, I don't know, who cares? Her last two albums were cash grabs, according to her. And now she gets to sit with her family in an island while everyone fell for her stupid trick. And is
so she's saying she didn't put a lot of work in her albums.
The last two albums were pop albums that were essentially cash grabs that she will no longer
That
be
she
making
knew would
that.
appeal to an audience, but it's
Yeah.
not something that she would actually want to release.
So now she's doing demon music. If you guys are interested,
You know what? Here's the thing though: movie stars get to do it. Why don't music
That
stars get to
happens
do
a
it?
lot with people though.
You know,
So,
Taylor
like, it's not
Swift
as
did it. You know, like people are cash grabs. You know, they don't. Not everything they do is great.
Excuse me?
What? Anyway, my all right. I'll quickly go. My all right goes to
you.
Duke because you upset Dabo.
Yes.
My all right also goes to the Canes running backs. Henry Parrish, great job. Fletcher, great job. Colby Young, he was, got off to a grand start for Old Toes with that touchdown reception that he had. So Canes offense was doing things, man. TBD, pick it up a little bit. All right, dude.
Okay. All right.
No interceptions against the Red Hawks. My oh no goes to Blaine Gabbert's dumb little brother. Brett, you could suck an egg, dude.
Yikes.
With your sass.
The fact that you wrote that on the rundown today.
Suck an egg, dude.
Had me laughing so.
All right, that's our show, everybody. Leroy will be back tomorrow. Man,
Yes,
he's
Leroy.
got a 4-day weekend to react to me. Ooh, he's in trouble.
It's a good thing he took it off.
All right, everybody. Hockman and Crowder, they are up next.
Howdy, boy. You're finished. And those later rounds, 7, 8, boom, 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 boom.
Mike is 55. So that means the offensive line is usually responsible for Mike.
I don't think Mike McDaniel's that old.
This is what it is. The facts are the facts. You're the worst.
I'll see y'all when I see y'all.
You're listening